for Snypz, oh yeah. Fired up for every play. Feel the energy we share. Let's Madden all the way.
MEL family, what is good, everybody? It is your boy Snypz. We are in the building, and it is that time that we got the very first team draft and reveal show here, and it's for the MEL League, man. It's gonna be a lot of fun, everybody, man. Look, so we're not gonna play any games here today, man. I ain't even gonna lie to you guys. First and foremost, I got my guy Scream in the building. Scream, what is cracking, my brother? It's good to see you once again here for the MEL League as well, man. I'm telling you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So you guys can see behind us that we pretty much have the whole setup lined up and everything ready to go. We're gonna show you guys, basically the picks, who's going on with the picks. We're gonna talk about everybody and just kind of determine, I guess, within the first season what's gonna happen here. But before we do that, Scream, we got two other guys here on the panel, man, that we got to talk to. We got to talk to my guy Bus in the building. Bus, what's good, brother? And they can't hear you. They can't hear you. They can't hear you. They can't hear you. They can't hear none of y'all because I don't know what I'm doing. And now I know what I'm doing. Now y'all can hear you. Scream, say it again, what you said.
Testing.
There we go. We're better now. I think he can hear me loud and clear. Wow. I sounded like a straight up idiot there. But nonetheless, all right. So Scream, good to see you, brother. Once again, man. I know they didn't hear you before, man, but they still get to see your beautiful face here today. And look, this is gonna be a lot of fun, man. It's gonna be a lot of fun. But Bus, they didn't hear you either. What's good, Bus?
What's good, man? I'm glad to be in the building, man. Let's get it.
Let's get it, most definitely. And then we also have Doc as well, too, in the building. Doc, what's cracking, brother?
Yeah, fellas, appreciate you guys for being here and putting this on, man. It's gonna be a good show.
Yeah, indeed it is. So look, full disclosure, and Scream could attest to it. I think both Bus and Doc could attest to it too. We are all glued to this damn gold medal game right now. we ain't even gonna lie to y'all right now. We are glued to this game, but it's on the back burner, but we're still gonna be paying attention to it somewhat. But nonetheless, I'm ready to get this thing started. So this is how it's gonna go down. Okay, so let me put a little background music on real quick. All right, I'll put some more on later on while we get to talking. So we're basically gonna discuss all of you guys here that is in the MEL League, okay? And what we think is gonna happen for the first season. Obviously, we do more than one season here in the MEL League. So we're gonna talk about the first season, okay? And with what every team is gonna be able to do. There's a lot of different changes in Madden, that welcome changes, I may add, okay? Very welcome changes. Hopefully they flourish and hopefully they stay the way they should be, you know what I mean, within Madden. We'll see what happens, all right? But I ain't gonna get too hyped about it just yet, you know what I mean? But hey, we got Monday at, if I'm not mistaken, is it 4 p.m. Eastern?
4
p.m. Eastern time, we get to put our mitts on Madden 25, all right? So I'm definitely looking forward to, to this draft and everything. So by the way, let me go ahead real quick here as well and get everything in order here. So first and foremost, all right, here you go. All right, so here you go. This is your order, okay? This is your order right here that we'll be looking at throughout the day, okay? So Scream, I got a question for you. All these guys here that's within, within this league right now, okay? For Madden 25 and what you may possibly know about Madden 25, who do you think is going to be one of the strongest guys in this league? But just a quick glance right now.
I'm gonna give you three guys that are on my radar. As always, Doc is always on my radar. 3-time Super Bowl champion here in MEL. He's somebody you gotta always watch out for because he's one of those quick to learn Madden users. So he's going to get an advantage over a lot of the guys ASAP. Know that already. Number 2 would be Swaggin. I believe he was the most recent Super Bowl champion with his Packers. Swaggin is definitely one of the top users in MEL, in my opinion. He's very consistent with how he plays the game of Madden, and he knows football. So having the knowledge of football always puts you above other people. And then the last person I will talk about will be Sinister. Sinister, had left and came back with a whole different team, still made the playoffs. I still believe he got to the AFC Championship game too. So he can take any team, build them in his image, and just make Madden fun for himself. And that's something you really can't take away from a user at all.
I like it. So I'm going to go the other way here, okay? And obviously, I got to get Doc and Bus's input on this as well too, okay? But I'm gonna go the other way here, and I'm gonna ask this simple question, not question, but a response here. Best newcomer in the league. I'm gonna tell you right now, I got a feeling DJS is gonna make noise. That's number 27. That's up there right now with the Tampa Bay Bucks, and the Bucks are not gonna be a bad team. They never are, to be honest with you, but I've seen DJS play in the past in other leagues. He's won championships, and a newcomer here in the MEL league. He's got a lot of guys here that obviously he's going to have a lot of competition here in this league. Okay. But as far as a newcomer, I think DJS might be the one to make some noise early and often within this league. We'll see what happens. But I'm going to give that same question possibly. Well, no, not possibly. I'm gonna give that same question here to Bus. Best newcomer in this league right now, you think?
Best newcomer to me, even though he played like 1 or 2 seasons last Madden.
Okay.
I still say he's a newcomer because he's gonna be starting off fresh with us.
Okay.
So I'm gonna say Ocho.
Okay.
I think Ocho is a good baller. I played with him in a couple other leagues, and I think with him starting at the beginning where he can kind of form his own team and manage his own team, I think he's gonna be somebody to watch out for.
Okay. I like it.
I like that.
I like that as well too. Doc, what you think about that also?
Newcomer, this is a tough one. We had a lot of good talent to come in this offseason. And man, it's a couple, man. If we talking about fresh newcomer, I probably have to say AWOL coming back. He was in for a little bit, like a brief moment, but AWOL is a baller. He's down there at the 21 spot. If we had to go with guys that didn't quite get a good start last year, that's in here now, I would probably say Crusoe. Crusoe made a really deep run in the last season of MEL, and I think he kind of got cheated playing Jewels.
Yeah, he did
in that NFC championship. Yeah, so I would have to say Crusoe getting a fresh start with a team that he picks. But I had to go AWOL if we talking about fresh newcomers. I had to go AWOL for sure.
Okay, all right. Well, look, I think it's that time. I think everybody wants to know, who's getting who and this, that, and the third. So without further ado, let's dive into this team reveal as we introduce the fierce contenders that is in this league. This is going to be a lot of fun, man. We got a lot of MEL champions here. We're talking to, one of them here as well, too. This is going to be a lot of fun, man. But look, we got to talk, obviously, about the number 1 pick. Okay. Number 1 pick is obviously, as you can see, it is Kakashi. Okay. And he was quite hyped today, to say the least, Scream. He was quite hyped today watching his guy, Caleb Williams, as he was able to pick with the first pick, his favorite team, the Chicago Bears. What do you think about this particular pick here for Kakashi?
Yeah, this was a no-brainer for Kakashi. First pick, favorite team. Easy pickings, This time around, though, he has the luxury of having a rookie quarterback, probably going to have a dev trait, as we know right now. Now on the franchise screen, they showed the amount of hidden devs you have on your team when you load up Madden now for franchise, which is a beautiful addition.
Yes.
So to see that we know he's probably going to be hidden as a superstar dev, You get that after the next season for sure. You got a strong wide receiver core to start everything off, and then 2 underrated tight ends, Cole Kmet and Gerald Everett. Gerald Everett's been a Madden favorite for years.
Yes.
And then you add DeAndre Swift behind all of that. Very, very good team for Madden 25 to start off with.
Indeed. Doc, what you think about this selection here for Kakashi?
I think it's good, man. It's kind of matching up to real life. No offense to all the Bears fans, but it's been a long time coming. You guys have been through a lot, and I think now you finally have pieces in place to compete. And I think Kakashi, he spent a lot of time in the past few cycles trying to rebuild that team for the first 3 years, and now it's really no excuses. And I think he has a great knowledge for the game, and I think he's gonna shock a lot of people this year. He's used to being a doormat of the league with I think he's never had a winning season in 2 cycles. I think last time he had like a .238 win percentage. But I think this is gonna be the season for him to bounce back with all his pieces in place.
You know what, Doc? You ain't gonna be talking about my guy like that.
That's
All right? You ain't gonna be talking about my guy like that. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna say right now, okay, that this man Kakashi, he has flourished in making, and you guys include as well too, because obviously you guys are a big building block for this league, man. You guys do a lot. You know what I mean? You yourself, Bust, and guys that I'm not even naming right now. You guys do a lot for the league, but he's got a lot on his plate running this league. So he's got an excuse, damn it. He's got an excuse. Period. I'm gonna say that right now. I'm standing up for you, bro. I'm standing up for you. You my guy. I'm standing up for you. Bus, what'd you think about this pick, brother?
Well, I'm a Bears fan, so if I couldn't get him, then Kakashi had to get him. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
looking at the overall aspect of the team, and like Doc said, I mean, it's owed to the Bears fans, man. We finally got a quarterback, I think, who's gonna be really good. Madden wise, they got a lot of pieces, man. You got Keenan Allen down there, DJ Moore, you got Oduzier. I think they might be moving Ellis Jones to running back. At least they had him there today for the preseason game. So if they do that in Madden, that adds another element to the game. A little bit more speed back there. You got DJ Swift, but great pick by Kakashi, man. So hopefully one day I can get him. I don't know.
Man, I'll tell you what, and you know what? Let me put it out there right now. Congratulations to USA. It looks like they're about to get the gold medal. I think it might be over. I think it might be over by now. But congratulations to USA. We did get the gold medal in basketball once again. So congrats to the USA team, and big shout out to the France team as well too, winning the silver, and Serbia with the bronze as well too. Serbia scared the crap out of me a couple days ago, nonetheless. But anyway, you know, obviously we're used to Kakashi having this particular pick and having this team, I should say, and this team has got a lot of things that they can do, you know, Madden wise, and I'm very intrigued to see what he is going to be able to do with all the new things that are coming out in Madden. You know what I mean? Gameplay wise, it should be very interesting. Does Kakashi play college as well?
He do a little bit. They do a little bit.
He do a little bit. Okay.
Yeah, he's not in the league or nothing like that.
Okay. I was just asking because, you know, there's a lot of instances within the game that is very similar to how college plays. Obviously, college is going to have somewhat of a different feel. So if he does have a feel, like, for example, with the running game, for example, it's going to be, from what I've heard so far, I haven't played the game yet, but from what I've heard, the running game is somewhat similar to college football. So if that's the case, if he's a guy that can run the football pretty well, I think the Bears will be okay. You know, he's got a lot of weapons on this team that he could flourish with, and I believe I'm not sure how their cap situation is. Scream, do you know how good the cap situation is right now with the Bears?
Let me go to over the cap and I can tell you how things look. Because usually Madden doesn't all the way go off of over the cap, but the Bears, at least Madden wise for 2024, it looks like they have 21 million in cap space, but the following season they'll have 39 million. Okay. So they need a season to really kind of build to this team, because at the end of the day, he's going to want to build big time, having a quarterback like Caleb Williams. So he's going to want to build a little bit more, especially in the offensive line, more than likely. So definitely, he's definitely going to want to build with this team. But I'm not going to put nothing past him, man. If he puts a little time into it, he's got a team that can win right now. You know what I mean? They got a lot of other teams in this division, and we're going to talk about that a little bit later on. But nonetheless, Kakashi, with the number 1 pick, he's got the Bears. Now, number 2, there's a guy that is here on the panel with us today. It is Doc, a 3-time champion, and went to Super Bowl a few times in Madden 24 as well, too. Can you take a wild guess, Scream? What team Doc has? I don't need to guess. If Baltimore is there, Doc is taking Baltimore. This isn't even a question.
And I'll tell you what, that is exactly the squad that he selected. It is the Baltimore Ravens at the number 2 spot for Doc. So what better person to talk to here than Doc? Doc, what is your reason for picking the Ravens?
Man, we had the reboot last year, and when I won the first time with the Ravens, everybody was like, Doc need a super team to win the Super Bowl. So I went with the Titans to kind of prove that wrong. We had 2 Super Bowl appearances. Got one of the rings out of there with the Titans. So I got that out the way. Now it's time to come back. And I enjoy playing with my Ravens, man. Nobody plays like them. I got to come back home with my dog Lamar. And they got my boy Henry as well. Like it's a no-brainer, man.
Yeah.
So we're gonna run it back. Plus, there's a lot of comp in the league this time. This is not the time to come out half-assed. You know what I mean? So we got to come out with the team. We got to come out ready and compete with the Ravens.
Yeah, indeed, man. That's definitely a great pick without a doubt, man. You got a running back for a quarterback. I mean, it's gonna be pretty impressive, man. And I'm intrigued to see what you're gonna do with these guys. No doubt about it. Doc is gonna be tough dealing with these Ravens. He's really gonna be tough. Bus, what you think about this pick?
Pick for Doc, man. He pretty much knows how to run that team. He's had it before. But for me, I think the biggest addition is probably Derrick Henry, bro. Like, with the way the running is on the game, like, how are you going to tackle this guy? And I think what's going to give him a big upside is, and if you guys have been paying attention to Madden, can't have those little cornerbacks out there hit sticking no more. They've made size and strength and height and stuff matter. So it'll make some business decisions, man.
I agree there. I definitely agree there, man. That is a big integral part in the change in Madden this year, man. Is now Scream size and weight looks like it's gonna matter here in Madden 25, and having a guy like Derrick Henry here for Doc is gonna be pretty special. What you think?
Yeah, I think, like you said, it's wild though. You just said he has a running back for a quarterback. That is absolutely insane.
That's crazy. I let it slide, sorry. I let it slide, bro.
Yeah, look, the only thing I can say about that specific part of what you said, like, it helps that the Ravens are gonna run like a read option kind of offense finally, because Derrick Henry is nobody to sleep on at all. You got to build Zay. I don't know if he's gonna keep Bateman or not. You got some work to do on the offensive end as far as receivers go. Defense, you got Humphrey out there doing dog work. Kyle Hamilton's a beast, and then you got the big guy in the middle, Roquan Smith. So, yeah, that's all I got for Doc, man.
And you got the rookie Wiggins, who's fast, and then they just signed.
Nate Wiggins is on the other side of him, exactly. So
yeah.
Doc just got speed all over the field.
Yeah,
they reloaded.
Yeah,
so,
and
make it shake, man.
Yeah, I'm sure you will.
If you're playing Doc, you better use that square button, man.
Swat it all.
Hey, but you know what? We're sitting here too, and we talk a lot about the offense. We're talking a lot about the offense, but defensively, they're special too. With Matabuike out there, Marlon Humphrey out there, Kyle Hamilton out there, the best kicker in the world, Justin Tucker. You know what I'm saying? Out there, that's back on offense, obviously. But I mean, at the end of the day, man, offensively and defensively, one of the best teams in the game, no doubt about it, man, no doubt. So we're gonna play a game here between myself, Doc, and Scream. Scream, who's bus taken at number 3?
I can't get his Bears, so my best guess would be to go against the Bears, and I'm thinking Lions.
Okay, Doc, what are you thinking bus is gonna take?
I think he did Lions last year. I don't know if he wants to run it back with them. I think he's gonna go with the San Francisco 49ers.
Ooh, that would have been a good one, no doubt. That would have been a good one. But no, but it ain't gonna make no sense, man. Man, he going with the young boys, man. He is going with the Texans at number 3. Bus is going with Texans at the number 3 spot. And I like the pick, man. I like the pick a lot. But we're going to talk to Bus here first, man. Bus, what was your thoughts making the selection here with the Texans?
Well, my first thought was I can't get the Bears. So let's look at number 2. I didn't want to, and I actually thought about the Lions because I like playing Kakashi. Not because I know I might win, but he's very easy to schedule with. You know what I'm saying? So when I look at the Texans, I'm like, man, they pretty loaded. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But what really kind of scared me a little, and if you guys know Madden, is you got CJ Stroud. Is when it comes up for that player resign, that's gonna be a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? But I got a couple more years before that, so I can kind of move some things around before and make sure I have, you know, significant cap and stuff like that. But what really sold me after that, man, was the uniform. They got new uniforms, man. You got Daniil Hunter on one side, you got Will Anderson on one side. Like the defense is good, offense is good. I might have to find like a little running back, but other than that, hey, you gonna rock with him, man.
Okay. But look, I like the call, man. I like this selection for you, man. You got one of the better left tackles in Tunzel here. That's going to be dealing with guys for your quarterback CJ Stroud. The addition of Stephon Diggs, Joe Mixon, and Daniil Hunter. That's wild. That's wild, man. And this is a division that's going to be a tough division. You know, obviously dealing with the Colts, the Jags, which are stout as well too. I mean, this is going to be a tough division. But I think this is a great pick for you, especially on the offensive side. The defensive side is good. Like I said, is going to be stout as well too. I believe you still got Stingley, right? Still got Stingley there also, right?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. So you still got Stingley there. I believe Jimmy Waters there as well too. So this is a good team, man. This is a really, really good team, and I like this selection here for you, Bus. And we'll see what you'll be able to do. Come week 1 of the regular season, man. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what you could do with this team, man. But Scream, what is your thoughts on this selection here for Bus?
It's a good pick. Superstar dev quarterback. Locked in with that. You got Stephon Diggs to help out with Nico and Tank. And then you got Joe Mixon in the backfield. Like you said, I think the Texans offense is very great. And then when you look at their defense, they're on the come up as well. I love the pick for Bus, man.
Yeah. Definitely, man. Definitely. Doc, what you think about this selection, brother?
Looking back at it, I think it's a perfect pick for Bus. He's one of the most cap savvy guys in leagues that I've played in, and I think he's gonna have them Texans right, man. And they hit really hard. Every team Bus picks, he's knocking the lights out of guys. That in comparison with like just the offense, CJ Stroud, like it's gonna be interesting to see, man. It might take him a year once he gets like a good running game and stuff like that, but that's a really good pick at 3.
Yeah, indeed. So that's gonna do it for the number 3 pick here. So now we move on to Flyboy. the number 4 selection here. So, Doc, who you think Flyboy taking at number 4?
Man, he's a big Giants homer, but I just don't see him taking Giants at 4. I think he actually wants to compete this year, so this is the time where I'm gonna say it's gonna be one of those top teams like the 49ers or something like that. Yeah, I'm gonna go 49ers.
Okay, Bus, what you thinking?
Hey, I was thinking the same thing, man. San Fran. I mean, they can't fall too far down the board. So at number 4, I think that would be a great pick.
Okay. Well, Scream, what you thinking?
I'm not sure how Flyboy plays. I haven't seen much of his game. So if you look at best available, it's a tough call, honestly. I have no thought right now.
Okay. All right. Well, let's give you the pick here. Your 4th pick is going to be the Philadelphia Eagles. So Flyboy with the Eagles. I mean, it suits him well with his name, don't it? I think it does.
Yeah.
Fly, you go fly.
Yeah, fly, you'll fly, right? So Flyboy with the 4th pick with the Eagles. This is a, this is a situation here where like I want to see him. I want to see him win, in a sense, just because Saquon's on the team. I love Saquon, by the way, guys. I'm just letting y'all know right now. I do. I love Saquon, but at the same token, I don't want to see him win. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, Madden wise, this is going to be a tough team to deal with, especially again. Remember, guys, I talked about earlier how the running game, if it's anything like college, having a guy like Saquon Barkley is going to be a problem. You know what I mean? They already have a stout offensive line. They have wideouts. They have weapons across the board. This is going to be a good team and arguably probably the best team in the NFC East. Obviously the Cowboys, Giants, and the Commanders will have something to say about that. But Flyboy is definitely, and he's a great player as well too. So Flyboy, I think, is going to definitely do some work with these Eagles. I'm definitely looking forward to see what he could do with them. But Scream, what's your thoughts on this pick?
Good pick for him. Like I said, best available right there. The only issue you really got, if throw power is like it is every time, Hurts is on the lower end there, but stud team, fast defense, free playoffs.
Should be based on the division. We'll see. Doc, what you think about this one?
I love it, man. I think he had a lot of close games with the Giants. He just couldn't pull it out, and I really think a big part of that was just the Giants were not up to the competition. So I think with him having the Eagles this year, there'll be no excuses. I think he plays good football. I think they'll get him over the hump this year.
Okay. And Bus, what you thinking about this pick?
I think it's a great pick, man. Actually, this would have been my second choice, but it's a great pick, man. When I looked at the team, I'm thinking like, man, he's kind of aging in the secondary, but I forgot about the young guys that they drafted this year and last year. So he gets rid of Darius Slay and then holding P.I. James Bradbury. You got Khalil Ringo, you got Cooper DeJean, and you got Quentin Smith. That's 3 young cornerbacks right there.
Yeah. I think it's going to be legit, man, for this Eagles team, man. No doubt about it. So that's your first 4 picks here. So we'll go to number 5 here with Rusty. And, to me, based on the 4 picks that was already selected, this was almost a no-brainer because this team is going to be like a damn college team if he knows how to work with them. The number 5 pick is the Miami Dolphins with Rusty. Just based on what he could do, we'll see what happens, man. But Doc, what's your pick? What's your take on this selection here for Rusty?
Love this pick, man. Rusty is a Miami hometown guy. I think that's his team, and nobody plays football better than when you have your team. And I think Rusty is a big sleeper. A lot of guys, he went under the radar last year because he came in late and inherited a terrible Colts team. But he's gonna start fresh with his team, the Miami Dolphins, and I think he's gonna be. You guys gonna be calling some games for him in the playoffs. I already know that for sure.
Man, Doc. Now listen, I gotta say this, Doc. All right, I like I said a few minutes ago, I really think that this team, speed wise, I don't know if there's going to be a lot of guys that's going to be able to. It just all depends on what Rusty could do. Okay, but
it's a problem.
Speed wise, this team is a problem. I think Odell Beckham. We was talking about this on a podcast a few days ago. I think Odell Beckham, realistically, wide receiver wise, he might be best to be the fourth receiver on this team. You know what I'm saying? Which is crazy.
Crazy.
That's crazy to have Odell Beckham on this team as like a fourth receiver. That's nuts. It really is, man. This is gonna be crazy, man, how good this team is. And then on top of that, if I'm not mistaken, Scream, don't they have Anthony Schwartz now too?
They do. I was literally gonna say they literally have
wow,
the Olympics on the Dolphins alone. four different guys with 96 plus speed is crazy. So yeah, expect to see these guys fly. All verts all year.
It makes sense. It Bus, does that make sense, man? Just verts all year, right? Verts all year.
Yeah. Hey, just go.
Just go
straight
route.
down the field.
Go routes.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it for Rusty. Go routes. I mean,
no speed kills, man.
Boy, and two ain't no joke in Madden. You know what I mean? I used to give him slack in the previous Maddens, but two ain't gonna be no joke in Madden this year. After seeing some guys play with him last year, like I see guys sometimes switch. I wonder if that's gonna be a difference maker this year if you were to switch him up to like a right-hander, because you know there's a lot of guys that they don't like left-handed quarterbacks, but they switch him up.
Crazy.
I don't get it. You know what I mean? But I wonder if that's going to be a detriment. You know what I'm saying? If they did that this year, I'm not sure if that's going to be the case or not. I think they personally should do that. I do.
Man.
You don't think so?
Nah, man. He'll be fine. Rusty will be fine. He's played with. I've seen him win Super Bowls with the Dolphins before. He'll be fine with Tua. That's a crazy pick, man. I don't even want to talk about it, man. The Miami Dolphins are ridiculous on Madden. They're kind of crazy.
Yeah, they definitely
know how to use them.
They're definitely gonna be crazy, no doubt. So look, Donnie's the number 6 pick right now. Donnie, I like this selection as well too, because you bar none have the best quarterback in the game, and Patrick Mahomes, as he's got the Kansas City Chiefs. Scream, what you think about this selection, number 6?
Goat Mahomes falling to 6 is crazy. I understand Kakashi and Doc. I kind of understand Bus Point too, but yeah, Goat Mahomes has 295 speed receivers now. You got Pacheco back there. Yeah, this is crazy. Looking at the defense for the Chiefs too. L'Jarius Sneed is gone, but Trent McDuffie is already great after 1 year, so you got something to work with and build on.
Yep.
And then you got Stone Cold Chris Jones down there on the D-line. It's spooky.
This is gonna be a great team. And you know, in previous Maddens, the Chiefs didn't per se have the best defense out there, but now they have a defense. And then obviously you have a 99 Patrick Mahomes, you got a 99 Travis Kelce. You know what I mean? And you talked about the receivers, you know, having some speedy receivers. And then obviously Isaiah Pacheco, he's going to be a problem running the football. I've seen guys run with IP, man, like crazy. And, you know, within leagues in 24. And I think 25 is going to be no exception with that one as well. So we'll see what happens with this one. But this is good. This is a great pick here for Donnie, man, in my opinion. Bus, what's your selection on this one? Or your choice or your thoughts on this one? Apologies.
This is a great pick. You know what I'm saying? Like Scream said, I'm kind of surprised they fell all the way down to number 6. But
yeah.
when you look at the Chiefs, I mean, they got speed too now. So
Yeah.
when you mention the Dolphins speed, you gotta talk about the Chiefs in
Yeah.
there too, because you got Miko Hardman with 95, Xavier Worthy 98. I'm not sure why he's not 99. I don't know what happened there. Maybe it's a typo, but he should be faster than that. Then you got Marquise Brown at 95 speed. So they got some speed out there too. So good pick.
Yeah, definitely a good pick. Doc, what's your thoughts on this one?
Man, it's another reason why I just went with the Ravens, man. The competition in this league this cycle is gonna be crazy, and Donnie getting the Chiefs is another example of why we got to come with it. He got the best quarterback in the game.
Mhm.
That team is loaded, and Donnie's hungry for a Super Bowl ring in NBL, man. I think he's gonna come with it this cycle. And let alone people talk about the speed and Patrick Mahomes, but the Chiefs really, they have the trenches. It's kind of like the Eagles team as well. A lot of people don't talk about what Chris Jones do, and you know, Creed and Humphrey, all this stuff. Like the trenches for the Chiefs is where they win, and I think Donnie gonna go crazy. It's gonna be a lot of crazy games in the AFC.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
That O line is really good.
Crazy.
Indeed, man. Yeah, that O line is going to be special, man. So, Scream, you think Donnie gonna put in work here in the AFC West?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say no, but I mean, we haven't seen who the Chargers, Broncos, and Raiders are. I think the Raiders are probably the worst team in franchise, no abilities. But you know, that I think it's easy division titles for the Chiefs, no matter what.
Okay. I like that take on that. So look, number 7 is Sauce Boy. Sauce Boy, most of us know that he is a big fan of the Jaguars. So do you guys think, do you guys, just one quick question, yes or no? You can just say yes or no. Do you think he's going to select the Jags at number 7?
Absolutely.
Okay. Bus, what you think? You think he's going to select them?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Jags.
Okay. All right. Well,
That's about as locked in as the Bears at one.
well, all right. Well, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, we may as well call it out that Sauce Boy is going to be the Jags here at the number 7 pick. And kind of going back to what Doc said earlier about, you know, just playing with your team. This should be something special, Doc, here for Sauce Boy. And Sauce Boy is actually a good player as well, too. He finds himself in the playoffs quite a bit. And now he's got his favorite team. I think he's going to make some serious noise here with the Jags in that division as well.
I mean, we all know about Sauce Boy, man. The only thing with Sauce Boy is he tends to choke in the first round of the playoffs. I mean, but you talking about Coach of the Year awards. He gets MVPs with Trevor Lawrence. I mean, the talent is there. He knows what he's doing. But for some reason in the playoffs, he just does not finish. And so that's kind of what we're looking at. And I think he's trying to finish the mission with the Jags. Great pick at 7.
All right. Scream, what you think about this selection for Sauce Boy?
Yeah, him picking his favorite team back-to-back years, kind of obvious. That's really all I got for you. He did a lot of good things, Madden 24 with them. We'll see what can happen this time. He's got Bus in his division, so that's going to be a really nice matchup to look at. Last time he had Diz. Now you got Bus. Spooky times, man. Spooky times.
Yeah, definitely going to be spooky. No doubt about it, man. Definitely going to be spooky. But Bus, what you think about this one?
Great pick, man. Anytime you can get your favorite team, it's always good, man. So I guess you just gotta understand when to let people go and when not to.
Yep.
Because sometimes you get attached to people, and you're like, hey man, I gotta resign this dude, and the next thing you know, you don't have no money. So
yep.
Good team. Jags good. I really like their defense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Good pick here.
Yeah, their defense is going to be solid, with Olakun. I believe Josh Allen's still there as well too. Actually, what's Josh Allen's name now? He goes by what? I think he changed his name, didn't he?
Changed his name. Yeah, he did.
I believe he changed his name because he got tired of being accounted for as the other Josh Allen. I believe so. I think he changed his name. Yeah, I think he changed his name. I think it's still Josh Allen, but it's Josh and then son.
Hines
Allen.
That's it. Hines Allen. Thank you. That's it. Hines Allen. That's it. So Josh Hines Allen. So Madden 25. Matter of fact, I maybe have to make that phone call at 844-623-3361. I might have to make that phone call for the ratings team and let them know you need to put the Hines in there too, because you didn't put it in there yet. I'm just saying. but look, yeah, that's a great pick there for him. This number 8 pick, Romo, I ain't even gonna go too crazy about it because just think about the name for a second. You already know who he's selecting at number 8. You already know who he's selecting. The boys.
Too easy.
Yeah, too easy.
Obvious.
Yeah, very, very, very much obvious on that one. But hey, but you know what? Tell us why you love it though, Doc. Tell us why you love it.
Man, this guy, I've seen him lose some very close games, but he always blames his quarterback. And I think getting the Cowboys with Dak Prescott, and they showed Dak some love this year. So I don't want to hear nothing about the quarterback this year. And him and Flyboy in that division, they're taking the 2 top teams in that division. I think it's going to be very competitive. He got his team. I love people get their team too, man. You can't lose like that, man. I think Romo getting the Cowboys at 8 is time. It's time. It's time for Romo to take that next step up. So
yeah,
good pick.
Yeah, definitely a good selection for him. I actually like the Cowboys as far as Madden is concerned. They're just a good Madden team, man. Every aspect of their team, offensively, defensively, fully loaded. If you know how to work with them, these guys are going to get you to the postseason, period. Even if you don't win the division, if the Eagles win the division, they're going wild card. They should, for the most part. You know what I mean? They should be in line to possibly go wild card into the postseason. This is just that good of a team that they should be in the postseason every single year. It's a really good team. I mean, that's point blank, period. Scream, what you think about this one?
Yeah, this was easy calls for Romo. He picked him last time too when they reset the league. I think the best part for the Cowboys, if Madden blesses them like real life does, 1, he's not Jerry Jones. That's a bonus. 2, they have $64 million in cap space next year. So yeah, he'll be able to re-sign certain people. It depends on how much he cares about Dak and CD versus Micah. You know that. I will say this though. They have probably the best 4-piece on defense in the entire game. And I don't say that lightly. I do not. But when you look at the fact they gave Bland in 88, Trayvon Diggs got hurt and he's still in 89. Micah's a 97, 98, and DeMarcus Lawrence is still a 90.
Yeah.
Hey, God bless.
They showed him so much love.
Yeah,
man.
They did. They definitely did. Boss, what's your thoughts on this one?
Great pick, man. But they always show the Cowboys love, man. But you got Michael Parsons, CD Lamb. It's a great pick, man. Michael Parsons is going to cause havoc. It's no matter where he's at. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The only question for me is if which I don't see it happening. If that gets a new contract before we start, how does he handle that? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Advises for his contract, because I'm not re-signing that. I'm trying to find me another quarterback instead of giving him all that money. That's just me. But great pick.
Yeah, I mean, and how long has Dak been in the league?
Shoot,
I
don't know off the top.
He's going on.
I think this is his 8th or 9th season because he came in 2016.
Yeah, you got to keep in mind. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, he's 27 years old, isn't he? He's 27 years old, if I'm not mistaken. He's not old. Is it not 27? Apologies, not 27. 31. He's 31, I believe he is. I said that. I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about another player. Apologies on that. Yeah, I think he's 31. So for a quarterback, I mean, what quarterbacks nowadays wonder where they're going till 40, 42 years old, whatever. Like, it's still got a lot of time with this guy, man. They really do.
Dak is 31, apparently.
He is 31
to DJs.
Okay. Yes. So he's 31 years old. I sat there and said 20. Again, I was thinking about somebody else. But he's 31 years old, so he's not an old quarterback at all. He's been he's got a lot of years in him still. And, you know, he's shown to be a great regular season quarterback. You know what I mean? In Madden, he's a great quarterback all around. You know what I mean? I've seen plenty of guys make it to the bowl. You know, even if Dak is not on this particular team, he's on a different team in Madden, people are still making Super Bowls with this guy and dropping dimes with this guy. So Madden wise, great quarterback, great pick at the end of the day for Romo, man. I think he did great. I think he knocked this one out the park with a solid team, man. But another solid team. Go ahead. Apologies. Go ahead. What you just gonna say?
So are you re-signing him when it comes to player re-sign? Or
It really depends on what the asking is gonna be. It really depends, and what's coming out. That's, I think, the biggest thing, because if you got something coming out in the draft that's not gonna be to, you know, the caliber of Dak Prescott, then you may as well re-sign him, call it a day. You know what I mean? And then you got to think about the league too. Whatever league that you're in, what exactly, you know, how long are you guys going to be playing? How many seasons you guys going to be playing? You know what I mean? Right. And if that's the case, when we talk about Madden, real life is different. But when we talk about Madden, that's what we got to kind of look at. If you're playing 5 seasons, sign him and then you got your quarterback. You're good. You know what I mean? But it just depends on the ask. That's all. It just depends on the ask.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's my take on it. But this number 9 pick right here for Kel Gotti, big shout out to Kel Gotti coming up. I like this pick. I like this pick a lot because this is another good team, just like the Cowboys. So Kel Gotti with the number 9th selection, he has got the Chargers. A very good team as well too. Doc, what's your thoughts on this selection here for Kel Gotti?
This is round 2 for Kel Gotti picking a super team. I think after the last cycle, he has a lot to prove, man. He went with the Ravens. It didn't quite work out. He took a break from Madden. It was going so bad. And then he came back as the Falcons, and he still kind of struggled a little bit. I would love to see him start first with the Chargers and make it happen. And I say super team as the Chargers. They got some pieces they got to work on. But Chargers, man, as far as defense goes, you're there. And I think he can make it happen. He does have a sneaky good defensive mind, and I like that pick. Now he's going to be in a tough division with Donnie, but Chargers are going to treat him well. So that's a good pick, decent pick.
Okay. I like this selection a lot simply because of Derwin. Derwin James is my favorite Charger. I love Derwin James. I do.
Absolutely.
I love Derwin James.
Absolutely.
Yeah. He's such a, you know, he's a specimen to watch on the field. He really is, man. I like this guy, man. And then obviously having a guy like Joey Bosa on the team, creating pressure and everything like that. Like, this is a good team, man. Right there for me with the Cowboys. And then Justin Herbert, another, but this time a younger quarterback. And a guy that, you know, can consistently get you into the postseason in Madden. You know what I mean? He's a really good quarterback as well too, man. This is now it's going to be intriguing to see what's going to happen with the losses. I believe they lost Austin Eckler. Eckler, I think, is a Commander now. If I'm not mistaken.
See, he is.
Yeah. So losing Eckler, which was a Swiss Army knife. I want to see what's really going to happen within the game of Madden with this team, man. We're definitely going to see, but very good selection here in my opinion. Scream, what you think about this one?
Yeah, I'm with Doc on the fact that, you know, Kel had a good team to start. I've been using excuses a lot. He just didn't take time to really better himself in situations. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it kind of ruined how he felt about the game.
Yeah.
I think he has the tools to become a better user this time around, sticking with a team that might fit his narrative a little bit. Definitely got to build up the offense a little bit more now that Keenan Allen and Mike Williams are gone. Quentin Johnson isn't the best of receivers, so we'll have to see what happens there. Defensively, though, he got some studs off the rip. So that'll be a blessing for him. It's just the division that he's in that's going to hurt him more than anything. But I like the pick for him.
Yeah, definitely. Bus, what's your selection on this one? What's your take on this one?
I think it's a good pick. I think from the positions that I'm looking at, he definitely has to address the running back position. However, if you guys are saying, you know, the running is kind of like NCAA, he may be able to put anybody back there and run. But if it's not, you got Gus Edwards back there, J.K. Dobbins, who will probably get hurt after the second carry. So you got to get your running back there.
Yeah. I think that the running back is going to be a major need for the Chargers, but I think you can make some things happen though if you get yourself a semi-decent running back. But we all know, man, the trade situations, somebody's going to want that piece and somebody's going to give him something that he needs. It's going to happen. We already know how the MEL work. These guys like to make deals, man. These guys like to make deals. So I'm sure some good deals are going to pop off. We'll see what happens though. But that's your number 9 pick. So we're down to number 10 right now, which is AD. And AD with the 10th selection. I'm very surprised that this team went so low, in my opinion. The Detroit Lions, very good team as well, with a division that is definitely up for grabs. But what can AD do in this division? Scream, what's your thoughts on this particular selection?
I like the Lions pick. I definitely did think they'd be picked a lot earlier with the amount of speed they have on offense. I think what possibly made people go against them, that Jared Goff contract.
Yes, yeah.
Being locked into that for 5 seasons possibly.
Yeah. Or
even as early as the 3rd season and trying to trade him off, that cap penalty is very disgusting work. But to have a good team on offense and defense that'll be in the playoffs, assuming, I really, really do think this is a great pick for AD and he should have some fun.
Bus, what's your take on this one?
I think this is a great pick, and I'm gonna piggyback off what my man said right there. That contract with Goff is ugly, bro. But if you can get you know, away from that and just play with that guy and don't worry about the contract, the Lions is a good team. You got speed, you got J-Mo out there. The defense got a lot better. You know what I'm saying? That was already good. I played with this team last year, and I actually thought about getting him, but then, like I said, I went away from him. But he's going to be in a good division with Kakashi.
Yeah.
And it just depends on who gets the Packers and who gets the Vikings. But he should be able to win a couple games.
You know what's funny is I was sitting here looking at the draft board right now. Matter of fact, let me just go ahead and pull it back up here because we're at the 10th pick anyway. But I was sitting here looking at the draft board, and when I said earlier, and then I'm gonna get to Doc with his take on this. But when I looked at your pick, Bus, I really thought that they could have been a top 3 team, and I thought that I knew Doc was gonna take the Ravens. I knew Kakashi was going to take the Bears. And realistically, I was thinking, if you're thinking division and being able to get out of a division, no disrespect, Kakashi, but getting yourself out of the division, you had an easier route possibly, depending upon who gets the Packers and the Vikings. But you have you have a pretty easy route and getting with the Lions, because the Lions to me are the best team in this division.
Yeah, I'm a piggyback off what you said. Like, the Lions was really like my second team if I didn't take the Texans.
Right.
And like I said earlier, was because I played Kakashi before. We had battles. I don't think he's beating me every time, no matter when we played. But what scared me away was the Jared Goff contract. I'm like, I don't even want to deal with that. And yeah, you got Malik Hooker as a backup, but he's already 26, 27 now?
Yeah.
So it's going to take time to really build him up.
Yeah.
If that's the route that you want to go. But as far as the other personnel, man, it fits anybody as far as, like, if you ready to win. Like you said, you in the NFC North, so you got Kakashi. And it depends on whoever gets the Vikings and the Packers. Yeah.
And we're definitely going to be talking about that in just a little bit. But Doc, what's your take on this selection here as well?
I like the pick for AD. He had the Vikings last year. Surprising pick, but on the contrary, though, I don't think he's ever beaten Kakashi. I don't think he's beaten Kakashi last cycle. They were in the. He had the Vikings. Kakashi had the Bears, and I think Kakashi won majority of the time. So I think the Lions give him a better shot to compete and at least get out of that bottom spot of the NFC North.
Right.
Than the Vikings did. But, because my biggest thing is going to sound cliche, it's going to sound old, but they have the trenches, man. They got top 3 O-line in the league. Aiden Hutchinson, DJ Reader on the D-line. Like, I think the trench play is going to help him out a lot. It's going to help guys out when they don't know how to read the defense well. No disrespect. But I'm saying, like, the trench play is going to help get him over the top. So I really like the Lions for AD way more than he did with the Vikings.
Okay. All right. So I like the take on that. So now we're going to move on now to this number 11 pick, which is Swaggin. And we just sat here and talked about this division. And he's going to be a part of it as he has taken the Green Bay Packers. So Swaggin's got the Packers in this division. And I'm just going to go right to Doc. I know you just got done talking about it a second ago.
Yeah.
So we're going to go right to you with this one here. And what's your take on this particular pick?
I love it, man. I always love when guys get their team. And to me, I got a lot of respect for Swaggin. He was the last guy to truly win the Super Bowl the right way.
Yeah.
I think what he did with the Packers that time was great. And I want to see him running back, man. Like I said, the competition in MEL, man, this cycle gonna go crazy.
Yeah.
And him getting the Packers, I'm interested to see what he's gonna do. I just hope somebody in the NFC is gonna give him some comp.
Definitely.
So,
definitely. I believe that Super Bowl that he's talking about. Not to bring up old stuff, but that was against the Titans, and I believe he won 30-10, if I'm not mistaken. That was season 10. I think he beat me. Yeah. He beat you in the Super Bowl. Yeah. He beat you in the Super Bowl. He beat you by 30-10. So it was a decent win. It was a very decent win. In a game that a lot of people, really did. Mostly everybody was thinking, Doc is going to take the dub on that one, no doubt. But man, Swaggin came out and he laid it down. He did a great job on that one, man. But Bus, what's your take on this selection here?
Once again, man, Swag got his team. Got the Packers, so he knows how to play with them. You gonna play with a lot of heart when you got your own team. So now when you're looking at the competition, you said it earlier, like maybe getting in a division where you can get out.
Yeah.
Well, like the movie Get Out, he's already out. You know what I'm saying? Because he playing no disrespect to my man Kakashi. That's my homie, but he's gonna beat Kakashi. He's gonna beat AD, and I don't know who's gonna have the Vikings, but I mean, even when I was in the division last year, me and him went back and forth.
Yeah,
he beat me sometimes, I beat him. So if I would have took the Lions, then it would have been like, it's pretty much the same division. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. This
is going to be an interesting division, no doubt about it. Scream, what's your take on this one?
They said everything I was gonna say, pretty much. Most interesting part is like we said, if your favorite team falls to you, it's kind of easy pickings. And again, like we just mentioned, like this is a Super Bowl champion. This is not a pick to be taken lightly whatsoever. I love the pick for Swaggin. He's got his quarterback locked in already. Massive contract. You ain't got to re-sign him yourself. Win-win for him.
Yeah, definitely a win-win for him, no doubt. I like this Packer team. And I still think that the Lions, they have the best team in the division. But Swaggin right now, he might be the best player in the division. So if I had to pick anybody right now for the division, I'm gonna take Swaggin with the Packers to win this division. But only time will tell. We're gonna see who gets these Vikings in just a moment. But in the meantime, we got Sinister. Sinister's up here with the 12th pick. Sinister, man, in the last Super Bowl of the year in season 11. That was a heartbreaker for him, man. He lost to Drew 20-19. He had the Steelers. It was a battle of Pennsylvania. It was the Eagles and the Steelers. and he lost that matchup 20-19. But no Steelers this time around here for him, as he is going to go ahead and he will select the New Orleans Saints. Very interesting pick here. In my opinion, all right, I ain't even gonna go too long on this one, but in my opinion, I think Sinister, he wanted a test with his skill. Because this is not the best team in the league, but they're not the worst. But at the number 12 spot with so many other teams out there, I'm very surprised that he picked the Saints. But nonetheless, he did. Scream, what's your take on this pick?
The Saints suck. There's no way around.
Well, we already knew what his take was gonna be. Being that he's the Falcons fan here, okay? So we knew what his take was gonna be. But go ahead, continue, brother. Continue.
Nah, but I think the good part here for Sin is he picked a rebuild, obviously. Derek Carr is not your quarterback of the future.
No.
Olave is your bright spot on offense. Kamara actually is a lot worse for once. He's just maybe a 2-down back. And then you got Lattimore on the other end. Cam Jordan's getting old. Yeah, this is a clear rebuild for Sin, and I think he wanted a rebuild. So that's interesting to see our first rebuild pick here at pick 12.
I like it. I like the take on that, the rebuild pick. I like that. Doc, what's your thoughts on this one?
I mean, from a competitive standpoint, I think this is the worst pick in the draft. But he said in the chat he wanted a rebuild, and you got to respect that. I'm not mad at that. I think that's a terrible pick, though. The Saints are just bad. That's a bad pick. I got nothing to say. I'm really shocked by that one. That was crazy. I know with the Steelers, once he got his quarterback, he was all about it. He drafted a guy, and he was, he was doing his thing after that. So maybe he'll do the same with the Saints. Get his quarterback, get Derek Carr out of there. But other than that, man, good luck.
Yeah, this is a tough pick, man. What's your take on this, Bus?
I'm speechless. Y'all said it, man. All these other good teams here, and then you go with the Saints. I mean, I don't know what he's trying to do other than trying to do a rebuild. But if he asking for a pity party, you're not getting it from me, because you have plenty more teams that were better than getting the Saints. Now, you're talking about your quarterback. Yeah, Derek Carr got to go. So what you going? Is he going to draft one, or is it Spencer Rattler? I don't know.
Yeah, you know
I'm
what?
confused.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people that's tuning in right now, they probably are a little confused about this particular selection. But at the end of the day, like he said in the chat, he wanted the rebuild. Okay. And again, I'll say this, Sinister, I'm gonna give you some content here right now. Go back when this whole drafting is done. Go back and clip everything that we just said. And if you win a Super Bowl, you got look. If me and Scream are doing the Super Bowl and you win the Super Bowl, I will gladly play the click back. I'll play it back. I'll play it back. I'm just saying, you know what I mean? But I don't see Sin winning a bowl with this team, man. Obviously not the way it's constructed. It's not gonna happen, in my opinion.
Not out the gate. Not
out the gate. But I really want to see how his build. Yo, if he get a bowl building this team, I don't think he's gonna do it year one at all. Okay, but if year, let's say year 3, year 4 comes about and he gets to a bowl and he wins one, Strange. I gotta give him his props. I gotta give him. I'd call him GM of the year. I'd call him GM of the year if he does it with this team. Period.
Maybe year 5.
Yep. And that could be the case. He's a 6.
Year 6. Yeah.
You gonna keep moving up?
Year 7. Yeah, year 7. What the hell he thought he was doing with the Saints? Yeah, you got it, bro. You got it.
Hey, look, but nonetheless, he got number 12 pick, man. So big up to Sid, man. Let's see what he does there with those Saints. His 13th pick here with Zay coming up right now, and Zay takes the Carolina Panthers at number 13. This is a good Madden team, but at the same token, not the best team. This is once again not the best team. But Scream, what's your take on this one?
You know, if you look in the MEL Discord, in the very beautiful general chat, and scroll up a little bit, and you see that word inaccurate, yeah, that's what I see for Zay once again. Because Mr. 87 throw power, yeah, this is just, yeah, he's gonna be rebuilding the Panthers again. He does not have the luxury of Brian Burns or Dante Jackson this time. He does still have Derek Brown and JC Horn on the defense, and I think Jeremy Chin is still there too. And the offensive line is definitely getting a little bit better here for the Panthers, but you know, it's ironic that I put Sin over him and he went on a rampage in the chat. And now they're in the same division, so that's gonna be very
yeah, that's gonna be it. Yeah.
That's gonna be very, very interesting for this cycle now that they're in the same division.
That's gonna be interesting. There's some interesting games. 2 games with both of those guys.
Where did Chin go? Jeremy Chin left the Panthers?
Yeah, I think he's with the Commanders.
Yeah, I think he's with the Commanders. Man, Commanders went and got everybody.
That's crazy.
They got everybody.
Let him go?
Yeah, the Commanders got everybody, man.
Wow, that's sick.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, that's a bad picks, man. Bad picks.
And mind you, we say it's a bad pick, but at the same token, we got to remember this is Zay's favorite team as well. All right, so we understand. Again, you know, you play with just like Doc said a few times already. Everybody's alluded to, you play better when you have your team. So we'll give him the benefit of the doubt in this regard, but again, he will be rebuilding as well too. But 2 teams, but now we got to kind of think about this, Doc. We got to think about this here. 2 teams rebuilding in the same division. Somebody's not rebuilding. Somebody's winning now. You know what I mean? Somebody's winning now. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Zay Marino got his Panthers. All is right. I think he gonna come out the gate trying to compete, man. And I think that's gonna be a rivalry already, the Saints and the Panthers. But his offense, I believe he has like a top 5 offense in MEL. He just don't care about defense. And so, you know, Chin leaving, that didn't matter anyway. He's gonna put up, you know, all his games gonna be high scoring. So I think that's a bad team. Nobody really picking the Panthers that high, but I think Zay's going to compete year 1, and you know, after that, he's going to compete every year. So it's a good pick for him.
Yeah. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. I will say this, okay, as well. Matter of fact, you know what? I ain't gonna say it yet. Bus, what's your take on this selection?
Besides being a Carolina Panther fan,
yeah,
that's all I can say. I would never pick them. I think it's a bad pick. You got 2 rebuilds in a row. I mean, can we hit 3 with 14? I don't know, but I wouldn't pick them, man. I would not have picked them. But hey, maybe he's thinking he's gonna have the same success with man, what's my guy name? What's the quarterback name?
Oh, so with Young?
Yeah, with Young.
Well, Bryce Young. Yeah, Bryce Young.
Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't have picked him.
Hey, Zay got heart though, man. We'll see what he do. Zay got heart.
No, most definitely. Most definitely. He's definitely got heart, man. So we'll see what he could do with them. And now we're at the 14th selection here. So the 14th pick here for Crusoe. It's Crusoe, right? That's how you pronounce it, right? Crusoe. Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I think that's how you pronounce it. But nonetheless, and let me know, Crusoe, if you're in the chat, if I'm correct or not. But nonetheless, we all know he's a Titan fan. And he went with the Titans. He went with the Titans at the 14th pick. Now, so that's three straight teams selected with their favorite teams. Okay. I'll say this, me personally, and then I'm gonna let Scream go with his take on this pick. The 12th pick, the 13th pick, and the 14th pick. If I had any of those picks, I would not have selected the Giants. I would not have done it. There's no way. I would not have done it. You know what I mean? And the fact that, you know, obviously the biggest factor of the Titans losing Derrick Henry, I don't know if I was Crusoe if I could do it. But again, I understand that's his favorite team, so I get it. So got to give him the benefit of the doubt. He knows what he's going to do with his team. We'll see what happens. The Scream, what's your take on this selection?
I do not think the Titans are a rebuild. I genuinely think this is one of the better franchise teams, and people are sleeping on them without a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah, I definitely
have L'Jarius Sneed now to cover your back end while you build Caleb Farley to become like Sneed.
Mm-hmm.
You got Jeff Simmons, Harold Landry going after the quarterback. You on offense have a dynamic kind of offense. You got to build your O-line a little bit. You know, that's probably the only offense you got to really do. Levis comes in with 94 throw power, and bullet passes got better. Calvin Ridley, dog. Hopkins, still a dog. You're splitting carries with Tyjae Spears and Tony Pollard in the backfield. The Titans are a unique team for Madden, in my opinion. So I think this is one of the sleepers for sure. I mean, he did work with a Rams team that technically wasn't his, but to build these Titans, it should be very interesting.
Okay. Doc, what's your take on this one?
Man, I couldn't say it better, man. Scream kind of hit the nail on the head. Don't let Crusoe, or however you pronounce his name, don't let him fool you and say this is the worst team out of all the franchises. No, the Titans are ready to compete and they're ready to win. They're in the AFC South and it's going to be a little tough, but they got pieces, like Scream said. And I think, like he's already trying to say Harold Landry is ass, and that's just not the truth. I just got done playing with the Titans, and Harold Landry is a dog. So, that's a great pick. It seems a little high for 14, but we all know what Crusoe can do, and we all know what the Titans can do. So that's a good pick.
Okay. Bus, what you think about this election?
I like the pick. You know what I'm saying? I think he's already decided who his quarterback is. I think that has to be Will Levis. So you got Spears and Pollard in the backfield. Nice little set of wide receivers with Hopkins, really. College boy. I think I don't know if you throw in the towel with Treylon Burks yet. Maybe you still give him a shot. Because he's still, if you can build him up, he may become a DeAndre Hopkins. I don't know. But, I mean, he got weapons.
Yeah.
Defense was solid. So, yeah, this is definitely not a rebuild. And they got those old Houston Oilers uniforms. So, you know what I'm saying? You got to put those on and look good.
Yeah, y'all see that Bus picks the teams for the uniforms. Period. Gotta look good to play good out there if you're Bus.
You gotta look good when you out there playing, man. That way when you lose, it don't hurt us bad.
For sure.
Oh man, you know what though? I'll backtrack a little bit on what I said just because of the fact I forgot that Tony Pollard was on the team too, and we all know he's a great Madden running back. So Madden wise, they didn't lose a lot then, if that's the case. We've seen plenty of guys. Scream, I know you've done a lot of games as well, commentating with Tony Pollard in the backfield, and he was just absolutely monstrous in a lot of those games. I know I have. So Madden wise, they're not that bad. They're not that bad, and especially if the running game is anywhere near like college. If it's like that, they'll be just fine with Tony Pollard back there. And that might definitely help him out. They don't have the most speed from the wide out position. But the bottom line is if you can move the football and you move the chains, and that's it. You know what I mean? So yeah, so I'll take it back a little bit, Crusoe. I'll take it back a little bit. You know what I mean? I'll take it down a notch. And he should definitely be able to at least compete in this division. He should be able to at least compete in this division.
crazier, and I did not know this till just now. They have Chidobe Awuzie opposite of L'Jarius Sneed, so that even makes it a lot better. So they really have built up that secondary to be able to compete versus those Jaguars, versus those Texans. So Titans are going to be a very interesting team throughout the Madden cycle, I think.
Yeah, agreed.
And
Agreed.
Jamal Adams too. They got Adams, and the only thing stopping Tony Pollard is wear and tear. So I'm not buying the whole rebuild. So we can go. Cruz are going to be one to watch. The AFC just got harder.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. All right. I guess it's 3-1 with me with the rebuild thing. So you guys got me on that one. All right. I think we all gonna agree with this one. TRB. All right. TRB with the 15th pick. He took the New England Patriots at number 15.
Wow. Whoa. Wait. They've been in the chat talking about this Niners slide. It's your favorite team. Okay, respect it. Never mind.
No. It's his favorite team. It's his favorite team, Scream. I'm gonna let you keep going, Scream. It's his favorite team.
But when it's your favorite team, you do things differently. So I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. But you see them before the San Francisco 49ers.
Scream, Doc, Bus. I'm trying to tell y'all, like, how? Lord have mercy.
Did y'all understand the DM rules? Like, when Kakashi DM'd y'all, did y'all understand what was going on? Like, the Patriots?
I have no clue.
All right.
I'm
Interesting.
I mean,
I guess I gotta respect it. You gotta respect it.
Hey, it's kind of like B Rabbit said on 8 Mile. He said 1 Pac, 2 Pac, 3 Pac, 4. You know, you gotta say 1 rebuild, 2 rebuild, 3 rebuild, 4. Like, God damn. But I get it. It's their rebuild. I mean, it's their favorite teams, man. I understand.
But you know,
That's where I'm at.
yeah.
It's literally his favorite team, so it's kind of hard to make that his fault because there's 14 other people that didn't pick him either. So it's like,
agreed. Yeah, agreed.
we halfway almost, and we have not seen the Niners. Is very interesting.
You know what? Because we're supposed to be sitting here actually talking about the Patriots team, but that kind of tells you right there that there's not a tremendous amount to talk about with the team. This is really going to be all about the user and what the user in TRB is going to be able to do with the squad that he has in front of him. And I don't know, man. I don't know. Again, having these other teams out here, I said it a few moments ago. If I was a Giants fan, I'm not selecting them at either 12th, 13th, 14th, or 15th. I'm not doing it. I can't do it.
Yeah, whoever got the Niners and they keep falling like this, you got blessed.
Ooh, Lord have mercy. Let me tell you. Wow.
Hey, did the Packers send in the right graphics, man, or what?
No, this is
confused, man.
these are the correct graphics, man. You know what I mean? And big shout out to, real quick, because we're right at the midpoint of this thing pretty much. Big shout out to Kakashi, man. He put all these graphics together, man. He did an excellent job. Strong J's and Takashi, man. I said Takashi, wow. Kakashi. Big shout out to him, man. He spent a lot of time getting this stuff done, man. Masterful work with these graphics. He did an excellent job, man. Big up to you. And again, appreciate all the hard work that you're doing here for the MEL League as well, man. Anybody want to add to that before I move on?
Hey, shout out to Kakashi, man. I've been over here, how many seasons, Doc? 2 or 3?
About two and a half, going on 3.
2.5? Yeah, so me and Kakashi talk a lot, just like he probably talked to Doc and everybody else, but the one thing that I like about Kakashi, man, he's always looking for advice. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't come in acting like he knows everything. So that's the one thing I can appreciate with him. He's real open to new ideas and listening.
And that you know what's crazy? Like that's what make leagues great. is, you know what I mean, when somebody's open to, you know, to some type of change, if it affects the league in a positive light, that's, you know what I mean, that's a big deal. Because there's a lot of guys out there, man, that run leagues, and they're keen on the way they run it, and they're not going to accept any changes or whatever. And you know what I mean, and obviously if some changes are just because somebody can't do something that you know, that just disgruntles everybody in the league, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, it's just a situation where you gotta know. I think, and I know I'm calling my age out right now. Like Kenny Rogers said, you gotta know when to hold them and know when to fold them. All right. Sometimes you gotta hold them and say, look, I'm standing by this rule. That's what it is. Or sometimes you gotta fold it and say, you know what? Maybe we need a change in this particular, rule or what have you. You know what I'm saying? So go ahead.
A lot of people make changes. I'll say they make selfish changes.
Right.
Based upon them.
Right.
Versus looking at, well, how is this going to impact the entire league? That's why you have to look at stuff.
Indeed.
Yeah. And while we're here, real quick, just because we're at the half point, shout out to everybody in the chat that's tuning in. I want to see a lot of this because we got a lot of content coming with MEL. It's going to be the best MEL cycle. I want to see an average of like 30 guys. I want the majority of the league in these streams, in these Snypz calls, these screen calls, you know, whatever content we're doing, that's going to make everything else go. So appreciate you guys being in the chat and tuning in. We're going to keep this rolling. Indeed,
most definitely. So, and one more thing to add before we get to Diz's pick here at number 16, because because it's getting real spooky right now. This right here, we're going to talk about this a little bit later on, the activity point system. For some of you guys, most of you guys kind of know what this is all about, but we're going to talk a little bit more later on about this, because this is very important that you guys stay active, and you being a part of the chat with streams here on Snypz TV Gaming, with streams from Nightscream TV as well. Make sure you guys stay acclimated to be within the streams, and then these, doing the tweets and highlight reels and everything else. It's going to get you guys points that you guys are going to want to have. So make sure you guys, keep it locked a little bit after the presentation, as we're going to keep things rolling here right now, but we're going to talk a little bit more about this a little bit later on. So I just wanted to put that out there real quick while we had a quick moment. So in the meantime, so we're done with the 15th pick. TRB, he gets the Pats. So we got Diz here at the 16th selection. Okay. So the 16th selection, I like it. And I like it a lot. Okay. And I think my guy Scream is going to like it a lot too, as he takes the Atlanta Falcons at number 16. So Scream, talk to us about your Falcons. I know you love talking about these Falcons. Talk to us about your Falcons, brother. Why you think this is going to be good for Diz?
I think a good user has them. That's number one. Spooky. That's actually crazy. It was doing work with the Bills and the Texans last cycle. That's this division just blew my mind. I'm sorry, I'm a little frazzled now. Looking at Atlanta, Jesse Bates is the best safety in the game with a 97 overall.
Yep.
You get the pass rush, still a lot of young depth there finally, but they're not the best. So you do gotta build that up all the way through and through. AJ Terrell is a top 10 corner in the game. Good to have that there. Offensively, you got a year or two of Kurt, and then you just got to build Penix up, and you'll have a fun time. Drake London is great. Kyle Pitts is great. Bijan's a monster. Yeah, I think he get a corner, some pass rushers, and a wide receiver opposite of Drake. Diz is going to have a lot of fun with Atlanta.
Yeah. I like this team, man. I like this Falcons team, man. And having and Kirk Cousins is a very good Madden quarterback. And then obviously having the rookie behind him, that's going to be a major factor for him as well. My question here, Scream, if this is you in Madden, not talking real life here, because in real life we know what it is already. Kirk Cousins just started. Who's your starter in Madden?
Kirk, because Kirk has the better he has the better accuracies right now, and we know that abilities don't necessarily matter too much in MEL.
Yeah.
But if Penix does have a solid dev trait, whether it's star, superstar, doesn't matter. I think you are able to develop him no matter what. Even though he's 24 starting the season, and we know age 25 and 28 are like those thresholds.
Yeah.
Weekly training, Penix can go from that 76 overall to about an 80 in the first season.
Yeah. And that's big.
That's why I said it's one season of Kirk. If you feeling like, all right, I don't like it, and then maybe by the second season, Penix is your guaranteed starter for the next 10 seasons. So that'll be interesting to see how he does that.
I like that. I like that. What's your take on this one, Bus?
Great pick, man. I like the Falcons a lot, man. They got some good weapons. You got Bjorn Robertson down there. But I'm a speak on the topic we just talked about as far as quarterbacks. Me personally, I understand what Screen was saying. I'm going Michael Penix Jr. out the gate.
Okay.
Only because, yeah, he's 24, and I'm looking at his rating now. He's 70 overall, 86 speed, 92 throw power, and his accuracies are like what 84 short, 76 mid, 80 deep. Now, at the beginning of the season, when you have all those training drills, he can really get a great boost and some skill points. So yes, I'm going with him out the gate, especially in the division where you playing the Saints and the Panthers, and they pretty much rebuilding. So, yeah.
Okay. Doc, what's your take on this? What you think about what Bus just stated in regards to Penix?
I mean, I think Diz is one of the best passers in MEL, and he's not a big scrambler anyway, so he can make it work with Cousins or Penix, but it just depends on what he's trying to do, if we want to compete year one or not. But I think NFC South is now going to be one to watch. That's going to be a very entertaining division to watch, and I think Snypz said it in the chat. It's a very strong user division. He said strongest, but I don't know. That's yet to be determined, but that's going to be one to watch, and I think he can make it work with Kirk Cousins or Penix. He's a great passer.
Yeah. I did. This is a strong pick right now, and you can arguably say that Diz is going to be the one to probably come out of this division in year one. We'll see what happens. But this is definitely a strong selection, and very interesting that the Falcons are able to, get here at 16. I kind of figured that this team was going to get there roughly around this point between, to be honest with you, I thought he could have been selected anywhere between 9 to 16. But obviously he got there right there at 16. So that's a great pick for Diz. He got a great team. We'll see what he's going to move forward with and see what he could do. But let's see what Vontae did here with the 17th selection. And this team right here, guys, I'll tell you what, right now, probably one of the better teams in Madden. And this is another team that should, to me, more than likely been a top 10 to top 15 pick. And they're here at the number 17 spot. So Vontae, he takes the New York Jets at number 17. So this is a really good pick with a really good team, and across the board, offensively, defensively, very good team. Scream, what's your take on this one?
The Jets are an interesting conundrum because of Aaron Rodgers. You know they fixed it a couple years ago where like those older quarterbacks don't retire too early because of the Brady situation.
Yeah.
So it's like Rodgers retire early, we don't know. Then it's like, even if he doesn't, Mike Williams is a go up and get it. Garrett Wilson is great. You got two solid running backs. It's just that they're not the Dolphins and they can't cover the Dolphins probably. Sauce is amazing. Quentin's amazing. I don't know, man. It's tough to gauge the Jets. But if Vontae's a good enough user to make things work, then it'll work in his favor.
That's that's to me is kind of the thing with the Jets is, you know, based on whatever type of pressure you could get against it. And I'm just with this. Okay, so let you know. So full disclosure here, guys. Anybody in the AFC East, I'm looking at how are you going to beat the Dolphins? I mean, and I'm talking about my second favorite team, the Bills. I'm a Giants fan and I'm a Bills fan. But even that team, same thing. Like I'm looking at every team in that division saying, how are you going to beat the Miami Dolphins in Madden with all that speed that they have? Now, obviously with the Jets, they have DJ Reed, they have Sauce, but they're still not as fast as those other guys in Miami. You know what I mean? So you're going to have to get some type of pressure for them to be able to, you know, to force Tua to get, you know, to throw some picks or not have time to throw a deep bomb to somebody, because at the end of the day, that's who you have to worry about. But I do still think that this is a very stout team, and obviously the second best team in this division. Dolphins are number one. They're the second best team in this division. I think that Vontae should be able to do some work with them, but like you said, the whole situation with the Rodgers, you know, with the Rodgers situation, that's going to be kind of up in the air, and I'm intrigued to find out. I've seen a lot of guys, man, take Rodgers and they trade him. You know what I mean? Last year I saw Rodgers get traded a lot, because nobody wanted to deal with the age situation. So that's definitely going to be intriguing to find out what Vontae is going to be able to do with that. But at the end of the day, I still think it's a great team. But it's all about how you're going to beat those Dolphins. So we'll see what Vontae could do here in this particular division, man. But Doc, what's your take on this one?
Normally I would say that's a fool's gold pick, but at the 17th pick, I think that's good. That's good value. Jets at 17 is good. It's just, what are you going to do after Aaron Rodgers, or what are you going to do with him? And you really have to draft well. Now, Vontae's a steady playoff user, but he's kind of like Sauce Boy. He does not, you know, go deep into the playoffs, but I do think he'll challenge Rusty. So we'll see. He'll have to make some moves for sure, though.
Yeah.
Right now, I just don't see him being ready.
Okay. Bus, what you think about this one?
This is a very solid pick, but I'm gonna piggyback off of what you were saying as far as, like, I mean, how are you gonna beat the Dolphins, that track team over there? You're gonna have to get pressure. So you got Quentin Winters, Hassan Reddick, Jermaine Johnson, Will McDonald, Devon Kinlaw, pretty much your front four right there on the D line. You're gonna have to get creative and get some pressure. Now, when you get pressure, you're gonna have to make sure you get there.
Yeah.
Because if you get pressure and don't get there, then hey, it's 6 on the board every time.
Yeah.
So
yeah. This is gonna be interesting, man. This is gonna be interesting with Vontae. We'll see what happens. So, look, Ocho is sitting here at the 18th spot. Okay, so I believe somebody here selected Ocho as the best newcomer in this class, and he didn't get a bad team. I mean, at this point, he shouldn't get a bad team, to be honest with you. But he did not get a bad team. But he did not select a team that you guys might be thinking that he selected. Nope.
Oh, wow.
He did not. He took the Pittsburgh Steelers at number 18.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. He-
Wait. The Steelers got picked before the Bengals?
Yeah, before the Bengals, before the Niners.
oh boy.
As I said a few moments ago, Scream, it's getting spooky.
Dad? Favorite team or not? Dad is insane. I'm not gonna lie to you.
That's not his favorite team.
That's not his favorite team. That's not his favorite team.
He's a Detroit. He's a Lions guy.
Yeah.
For sure.
This has to be a Justin Fields pick.
I mean, you think about it. You got Justin Fields and Wilson back there. So you got two starting quarterbacks on this team. Okay, so this is, you know, this is not the best team, but obviously on defense you got TJ Watt. TJ Watt is an absolute nightmare. He's a nightmare. Okay, man, look, I ain't even gonna keep going into it. He's a freaking nightmare. You know what I mean? Not to mention you still got Minka Fitzpatrick on defense. You still got Cameron Haywood on defense. I believe he's an X factor. I think Cameron Haywood's an X factor. Say again?
I don't know how he's still an X factor either. To me, he's superstar worthy, but X factor.
I agree with you.
That's crazy.
I agree with you, but I think Madden 25 started him out as an X factor.
That's insane.
But then the addition as well too defensively of Patrick Queen.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got to remember that as well too. Offensively, obviously, you got George Pickens, baller. You know what I mean? Pat Fryermuth, baller. I mean, they got pieces, man. They got pieces on this team. I like this. I like this pick. But again, because it's not a bad team. But damn, it's not the team that we was thinking about. I'm just saying. It's not the team that we was thinking about. It's not the team.
Yeah. I know everybody want to see the Niners and the Bengals come off the board, but this is a Madden veteran pick right here.
Yeah.
And my guy Ocho, he can ball, man. He's gonna do work with Fields. I know he's not gonna run with Russell. He likes young, fast, strong arm quarterbacks, and that's Justin Fields. But he also loves speed, and they have Quez Watkins, they got Calvin Austin, they got Scotty Miller, and you got a dog in George Pickens. So he's got the receivers, he's got his quarterback, and the defense is set. Me and him gonna be battling in the AFC North. Great pick by Ocho.
Bus, what you think about this one, man?
Well, I love it. I love this pick. You know what I'm saying? They got a great defense. So then when you look at them offensively, they got some pretty good weapons too. So, but let's not forget about this. And I might be wrong. Y'all can correct me. Aren't the Steelers still in the running of trading for Ayuk?
I don't know if they backed out. Did they? Somebody backed out.
I think it was the Browns. He could go to the Steelers.
So think about if Ayuk goes to the Steelers.
Mm.
Now you got Ayuk, you got Pickens, Fairmouth, Calvin Austin, Quez. I like the pick. Even if they don't get Ayuk, I still like it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good pick. Again, it's not the sexy pick, but it's still a good pick. It's still a good team. You know what I mean? But obviously going to be dealing with Doc in that division. It's going to be a problem. It's definitely going to be a problem.
And they got the little bumblebee uniforms, man. So let's go, man.
You know we gotta bring that in, man. He gotta bring the drip in. He gotta bring the drip in a little bit. Oh my gosh, man. This is crazy. So crazy pick, man. Definitely, man. So look, Sandman is at the 19th selection, and guess where he's staying? He's staying in that AFC North. He's taking them Browns at number 19. He's taking the Browns, so we're quickly seeing the AFC North starting to fill up here. All right. So, Doc, what's your take on this selection here at number 19, being that you're in this division?
I like it. I like it for Sam, man. He's known as a trap game. He's quiet. He doesn't say too much, and he shows up on the field. And you got to come with it. And I think the Browns are a ready-made team for anybody trying to compete. It's kind of better than the Jets that he walked into last cycle. I think starting off with the Browns is going to be good, but him being in the division already with me and Ocho, and it's a lot of comp left to take the Bengals, which I think we might see them fly off the board soon. I don't know. I think he might drown in that AFC North. We're going to see though.
Okay. Scream, what's your take on this one?
Interesting. Like I think like Doc said though, it's cool to have a trap game in your division because it means you'll stay on all 10 toes the entire way.
Mm-hmm.
So cap issues for sure, especially because the quarterback is not above an 80 overall. So
my goodness.
Interesting.
That part right there, Scream. That's a major part that you just brought up. And I think we were talking about I forgot who it was off the top of my head. You guys, please remind me. But we were talking about a cap situation with a different player on a different team. This one here with Deshaun Watson and having to deal with that payout and not being able to get rid of him. That's tough, man. That's tough with this
I
team.
think that's when we were talking about golf. We was talking about
golf. Yeah. We was talking about golf. Yeah, right. But that's gonna be tough. That's gonna be tough with this one. Bus, what's your take on this one?
Man, the Browns are a good team. You know, they got Myles Garrett, X Factor, Big Chubb, X Factor, and they got a little bit more other weapons like Amari Cooper and Joko. But man, you can have all the weapons you want.
Mm-hmm.
I think what you really need in this division is them 6 skills. Because you got Doc over there and you got Ocho. So he gonna have to bring it, man. Unless he gonna be finishing 3rd or 4th every season.
Man, it's gonna be wild, man. It's gonna be a wild division, man. I'm liking what I'm seeing right now. Risk take. Let me tell you. Risk take here at the 20th pick. And once again, guys, I'm sorry. We still ain't getting no Niner selection here. It's just not going to happen. Apologies, guys. It's not going to happen. Your 20th selection, because you know who he likes. He's a Raiders fan. He's going with his Raiders. Scream. What's your take on this one?
Wow.
I can't wait to hear Scream's take on this one. Go ahead, Scream. That's why I picked him first. Go ahead, Scream. Give it to him.
This, to me, is the hardest rebuild in CFM, only because they do not have any answer at quarterback right now.
Right.
Minshew is not an answer. O'Connell's not an answer. So you're either chilling this first year being a trap game for everybody, or you are just praying your defense preys on everybody. Again, abilities do not matter here. So for me, that knocks Crosby and Adams down the list as far as great players, because their abilities are not going to help them win games necessarily. And they got Christian Wilkins too, which is great. But when your punter is rated higher than your quarterback, yeah, that's a lot.
Oh my gosh, man. This is crazy, man. Hey, look, Bus, what's your take on this selection, man, at number 20?
Hey, it's his favorite team. That's all I'm gonna say. Because this team should have been pick number 32. That's all I'm gonna say. Hey, when Scream said the punter is rated higher than the quarterback, we got problems.
Okay. Okay. Doc, what's your take on this one, brother?
They said it best, man. But you know, once again, this is my favorite team pick. I can't be too mad at it. I mean, his name is Risk Take, so he's doing it.
Yeah,
you know,
he's definitely taking a risk. There's no doubt.
He's taking that risk.
He's definitely taking a risk, man. He is definitely.
I thought Snypz's pick was bad, but this one here.
Oh, this takes the cake.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what?
Risk my guy,
At this
though,
point,
man. Risk
I think
my
people
guy.
was using that as an excuse. This is my favorite team. I swear.
For sure.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Man, guys, look, it is what it is here.
That's nasty work, man.
Okay, so we're at the 21st selection. Again, guys, we do not see Bengals ain't selected yet. Colts ain't selected yet. Bills ain't selected yet. Wow. That's all I could say. All right.
Wow, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy. But I'm gonna say this, guys, okay? I'm gonna say this here. AWOL is up. And I think we already know who he's gonna select. We all know who AWOL likes. I think we do. All right. And I can't give him any slack. I just can't do it because I'm a Giants fan. He's taking the Giants at number 21. I'll go first. I'll go here first on this one. Okay. We don't have Saquon Barkley. We don't have Saquon Barkley, man. But we do have Jalen Hyatt. We do have Malik Neighbors, which they showed him a little bit of love in Madden 25 from what I was told. Okay. Robinson, solid slot receiver. I like him. Okay. Daniel Jones is iffy. Very iffy. Okay. And I'm gonna put this out there right now. The same thing that they did in college, they should start doing it in the NFL. Again, this is something that we talked about in the podcast a couple days ago that I was on, okay, with Madden Underground. And we mentioned that they have to stop this whole quarterback fumbling thing. This is a league that okay, name me 3 pocket passes in the league. Scream. Go. 3 pocket passes in the league. Pocket.
Pocket. I mean, Mahomes.
But he's still, but he's mobile, and so is Burrow. And so is Burrow. You can understand my point.
In the pocket.
Yeah, but
they thrive in the pocket though.
Right. No, they thrive in the pocket. I get that. Right. They thrive in the pocket, but all right. Kirk Cousins, is he mobile?
Not at all. No.
Right. So he's a guy, for example. That you wouldn't see him running the football at all. The point I'm getting at, EA, hopefully you guys are listening. The same way you did with college where the quarterbacks don't fumble, do the same in Madden, please. Do the same, because everybody is mobile now in Madden. Everybody. Damn near every quarterback is mobile in Madden now. Everybody's not fumbling like they fumbled in 24. 24, you blow at the ball, they fumble the football. Daniel Jones is known for running the football.
87 speed, man.
Right.
But the problem is this, though. He has 56 carry. So that is
my point.
That's a good
I think Daniel Jones just works on everything but scrambling. Like, he just happens to be fast. I don't think he's a runner per se. And when he needs to take off for survival, he will. So I think Daniel Jones fumbling, I think that kind of makes it easier to say he's the fumbling quarterback. But, because he's not like a Fields or Lamar or, like one of those kind of guys. But he just happens to be fast.
But at the same token, these guys, all these quarterbacks that are in the NFL now, they're all mobile. Most of them won't run the football per se, and fumble all the time. You know what I'm saying? They again, you blow on the ball and these guys fumble. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Yeah. So I'm hoping that they kind of tune that up a little bit, because I think that at the end of the day, they should really, it should just really be at that point where it's like college. These guys are running. They don't fumble at all. Hardly. I think I fumbled in every college game that I've played. I may have fumbled twice. That's it.
Quarterback?
Huh? With the quarterback.
I'll be getting smacked.
With the quarterback.
I'll be getting smacked.
No. And then I'm talking about if I run with the quarterback, you know what I mean? Because I'll play with teams like, I'll play with Texas, I play with Nebraska. You know what I'm saying? I'll play with teams like that, and I'll run the football with the quarterback. But they hardly fumble. So I think they should kind of implement that a little bit, within Madden. You know what I'm saying? That's just my take on it. You know what I'm saying? That's my take.
We'll change sliders regardless to where there's not that many fumbles as normal. But, we did that the last 2 cycles, and it was pretty balanced. But Daniel Jones still getting smacked. I wouldn't run around with Daniel Jones with a 57 carry. Or whatever it is.
Yeah, no, well, I agree 1,000% with that, though. Like, and I know I'm mentioning that now because the Giants are on the board right now, but I just think that at the end of the day, it's just something that they need to address. I think they need to address. With Daniel Jones, I get it. Like, he's known for fumbling. There's no doubt. He's known for fumbling. He's one of those guys that run the football, but he's known for fumbling. But most of these quarterbacks, man, that run the freaking football and is not known for fumbling, they're still fumbling. That's my point. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, fix that. That's all I'm saying. But nonetheless, this pick here for AWOL, favorite team pick right here. They got okay offense, defense is You know what I mean? I don't know. And but again,
defense is crazy. You forget Dexter Lawrence.
No, I ain't forget about him.
Kayvon
Thibodeau. I ain't forget about none. I ain't forget about none. No, Kayvon he's okay in Madden. I said Madden. Remember, I'm saying Madden. Burns, yes, beastly. Lawrence, yes, beastly. Okay. Thibodeau, look, okay. He's okay. But if you don't get pressure, there's a problem right now. Right now, there's a problem. You don't get pressure with the Giants, it's a problem.
Maybe he gets off in Madden now with Burns being on the other side, because you're going to have to pay attention to him.
Yeah.
Exactly. They on opposite ends of they the same speed. They on opposite ends. It's just gonna be real spooky.
Yeah.
It's crazy to me. Like, I don't think the Giants are as horrible of a team. Daniel Jones doesn't make it any better, though.
No,
I will say that.
No.
Yeah, and like Flyboy said, I mean, they got Isaiah Simmons too. It's a bunch of little, like, small guys that's in there that you're like, oh, I didn't know they had this guy. And it's like, when they show up on Madden and they show up on their virtual gridiron, you're like, oh, the Giants kind of nice. And AWOL taking the Giants is a very sneaky pick, and a hot take, man. I really think he might run away with that division a little bit.
Ooh.
I'm just saying.
Oh, against Romo and Flyboy?
Yeah, the Giants not that bad, and AWOL not bad either. I think it's gonna be a lot tighter than what it looks.
Okay. Well,
I'm with Doc.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So real quick before we go to Tonto here, between Flyboy and Romo and AWOL, is AWOL the best player in this division?
User wise, I would say yeah.
Oh, okay.
I might give it.
Okay.
Even with the Giants, I think he just find you a quarterback, find you a running back, and you're good. I love the defense, and he got speed all over the place as far as like wide receivers and even the tight ends are pretty fast.
Yeah.
So I like this pick.
I mean, I think they'll flourish big time with the addition of Theo Johnson. Their tight end that they selected. He's huge. He's like 6'6", 6'7", something like that. So he's going to be a guy that he'll be able to throw the ball up to as long as Daniel Jones can get it to him. Nonetheless, we'll see what happens there with that one. But that's interesting. So look, Tonto was up here at 22. Okay, he's here at 22. It's about time, everybody. It's about damn time. Goodness gracious. Why did it take to 22 to get the Niners? Why did it take to number 22 to pick the San Francisco 49ers? He got the steal of the draft, Scream. What you think?
Good.
Sin made a great point in the chat. Many people probably didn't think by their pick this team would be here.
Yeah.
So they completely left them off their list. And that would be why they would fall. But also, your quarterback has 85 throw power. That does not help you in any which way when it comes to a game where throw power means so much now. And they're keeping Brandon Ayuk, so that does help them right now too. So there's that.
Okay.
So they're keeping Ayuk?
Yeah, for the moment, he's staying because his only options are Steelers or Niners. So at the moment, he's re-talking contract notes with the Niners.
Gotcha.
This team.
I like the pick though, man.
Yeah. This is a good pick, man. Matter of fact, Doc, I'm gonna let you go on about it real quick. Doc, what's your take on this pick?
It's a pick that's gonna help Tonto out. He had the Chargers last year, and to me, he kind of played a little bit like Jameis Winston. He showed flashes of dotting stuff up, throwing a lot of touchdowns, but then he had games where he would just go off for like 5 interceptions, and he's very pass heavy. And I don't know if that's because he had the Chargers or what, but maybe getting the 49ers will make him use a lot of the weapons in a little more of a conservative fashion. And I think the Niners will keep him out of trouble a little bit more than he did last cycle. So he has potential. He shows flashes, and I think the Niners are a good pick for him, as they would be for a lot of people. But that's going to be an interesting pick.
Yeah. I like what you noted out there. Because this is definitely a extremely safe pick for him, being that he had the Chargers last year, and then obviously having Mr. 99 Christian McCaffrey, cover boy, on the team. You know what I mean? Just, probably the best running back in Madden. I've given McCaffrey a lot of slack in the past too, just because he was always injured and still just consistently in the 90s. It just kind of killed me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That it was happening with him all the freaking time. But you know what I mean? But last year, look, he so well deserved his 99 overall rating. He really did. So I got to give him props for that. Obviously having Trent Williams on the team too is definitely going to be a help with the running game. This is a great pick and a safe pick for Tonto. So let's see if he do some work with this team, man. Let's see if he does some work with this team. This is going to be a very interesting conference as well too. And again, we're going to talk about those conferences real soon because we're almost done with this thing here. But anybody else have any takes in regards to the Niners? It's about time. That's all I know.
Glad they finally got picked.
My goodness, it took too long.
Falling to the third, eighth of the league is very insane.
Yeah. This is crazy, man. And another thing that's crazy is that we're gonna keep it pushing here to Oogie. All right. Is it Oogie or Ogie?
I like Oogie. I don't know.
You know what? I like Oogie too. He's Oogie today.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Oogie.
He's going Oogie today. All right. Look. So Oogie with the 23rd pick. Guess what he's doing, guys? He's staying in the NFC West. He's going with them Seahawks. I like this pick. I like this pick a lot. This is a strong team. A strong team, man. Scream, what's your take on these Seahawks at the 23rd pick?
I picked this team last year. Very solid, but has a lot of major holes, especially at quarterback. After Geno, and somehow Geno Smith got faster. I don't know how that happened, but outside of, when Geno's gone, they just need a quarterback badly. That's really it. Kenneth Walker is your best player. DK Metcalf, even though he's not the best player on the team, is still an X factor. He's a 6'3" fucking freak. Tyler Lockett is still somehow an amazing receiver. You got Reek Woolen. It's just going to be interesting to see how he can build the defense up, really. I think that's the ultimate question for the Seahawks is the defense.
I'll tell you what, I think defensively, I've said this in the past, and I'm going to say it to the cows come home even this year as well, too. Tariq Woolen is untradeable. Untradeable. If I have this team, there is no way I get rid of Tariq Woolen. No way. And I give him whatever he wants. You don't get rid of a 97 speed cornerback. You just don't do it. Not a starter. Not a starter. You just don't. Not in Madden. You just don't do that. No, you crazy if you do that.
This is another one of those teams though where the punter is better than the quarterback. So that's the other issue there.
That's crazy.
Yeah. You're right. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right there, man. But I think overall, still, this is a solid pick. I like this team. I think this team is strong across the board with the exception, of the quarterback position. I think he's going to have to get a quarterback eventually. And defensively, there's some pieces that can be addressed. But DK Metcalf, Kenneth Walker, Tariq Woolen, those are guys. I don't know if you ever trade those guys. I'm sorry. I just don't think you ever trade those guys. Those are guys that stay a Seahawk for the amount of time that you're in this Mel League, period, in my opinion. And let's see what Oogie does here with that. But Doc, what's your take on this pick here?
I don't know much about Oogie. I know he came from MSR. He's kind of part of the recruiting class from Rusty, so he's familiar with the strafe league. So I think he'll kind of fit in smooth. But the Seahawks, I always like picking the Seahawks. You know, they're a good team on Madden, you know, on paper or at first sight. But then once you get into it, and you're like, okay, they got a lot of pieces that need to be, you know, changed around. And every time somebody hits you up for a trade, they want DK, Tariq, or Kenneth Walker, and you're like, I can't trade them.
Yeah.
And so it becomes frustrating when you got the Seahawks, but we'll see if he can kind of make it work. But good luck to him, man. I think so far there's not a lot of crazy comp in the NFC West, so I mean he's in a good spot.
Okay.
No disrespect to Tonto.
Yeah. Yeah. No doubt. Bus, what you think about this one?
Yeah, I'm just gonna piggyback off of Doc and Stream, man. Pretty decent pick. You know, if you got DK Metcalf on your team, and Jigba, Kenneth Walker, I mean, those pretty much is the staple of your offense.
Yeah.
And you just gotta get you a quarterback. And I did not know Geno Smith all of a sudden had 89 speed.
That's crazy.
I did not know that.
That's crazy.
Finally showed him love.
Yeah. Yeah.
Insane, man.
Yeah, definitely.
That's crazy, yeah.
Yeah, definitely insane, man. And what's also insane is that I think his name is Q-Back, right? Is that it? Number 24, Q-Back, right? If I'm not mistaken. I think that's his name. If I'm wrong, let me know in the chat. I think it looks like that's his name though. But Q-Back at the 24th selection. Okay. And this is another team that we can say it's about damn time. Like, goodness gracious. The 24th selection. And I believe your division is full now, as he's got the Cincinnati Bengals at number 24. Doc, what's your take on this one?
Hey, man, anytime you can get the Bengals, man, congrats. I think you got your quarterback for the cycle. You got one of the best receivers in the game. You got to figure out a little bit of identity as far as offense and defense. But, I mean, you know, I think it's going to be a good one. I don't know too much about Q-Back. I believe he also came from the Rusty recruiting tree. So any of those guys that came from Rusty's pipeline, Pauls, I think they're going to be pretty good. I think they're going to be decent. So we're going to see what he does in the AFC North.
Okay. Scream, what you think about this one?
Glad to see them finally off the board. Joe Burrow with a lower throw power like always, but a good offense overall. Should be a fun team.
Yeah, I think this team should be pretty fun, no doubt about it. Jamar Chase, best player on the team. You know, decent offensive line, obviously led by Trent Brown. And then T. Higgins, definitely solid. I mean, I think across the board, this should be a good team. I'm intrigued. Well, who's their starting running back?
Chase Brown.
Chase Brown, from what they say.
Okay. So, you know, that's going to be the part with this team that's going to be like, okay, you know, what's going to happen with that now that they lost Joe Mixon? So, you know, it's definitely going to be intriguing to see what's going to happen here. But this is a tough division. I don't know if the first year I'd pick them to win this division. But we'll see what kind of fight they can put out there, man, with Joe Burrow and the crew. We'll see what happens, man. But Bus, what's your take on this one?
Man, not too much to say right here, man. Good pick. Got Jamar Chase, Joe Burrow. Really, only thing I want to see EA do is make sure Joe Burrow has that blonde low haircut like Cody Rhodes. You know what I'm saying? That's all I want to see, man. Joe guy looking like a WWE wrestler now. But hey, good solid pick right here.
All right, so solid pick here, no doubt. And now we're gonna go to the 25th selection, which is Ace Soden. Big shout out to the Soden family, man. So Soden is very important to to this Madden community and this franchise community, man. He's done some big things with Soden. And he's the one that actually got me into this whole production thing and all this stuff, man. So big up to S Soden and the entire Soden family. But A Soden, he gets the selection here at number 25. Okay. And not the craziest of picks, but nonetheless, he takes the Denver Broncos at number 25. And they got pieces, but we'll talk about it in just a moment. But Doc, what's your take on this one?
Man, I don't know if that was the best team to get, but I do know back when I played with Soden in Soden Bowl, he was like the young prodigy then, man. And I'd imagine he only got better. It's like, Soden ain't nothing to sleep on. So I think Donnie got a little comp in the AFC West. I like the pick though when you think about it. I mean, they got Patrick Surtain, who's the best cornerback in the league, in my opinion, now at this point.
Yeah.
And then we'll see what he does with Bo Nix. It's just about him getting his pieces together, because I don't know if he wants to run with, Javonte Williams or McLaughlin. It just depends. But I know Soda can ball, and I think that's a decent pick. I don't know if that was the best pick, though.
Yeah. Agreed. Bus, what's your take on this one?
Like Doc said, I don't know if that was the best pick, but he got some weapons on his team. I think the question here is, where you gonna go with quarterback? Are you gonna stick with Bo Nix, or I think you have a bat, or are you gonna go with Zach Wilson? Preferably, I'm going with Bo Nix. I've had enough of Zach Wilson from BYU. So, Bo Nix is the guy in Denver.
I think I would go with Bo Nix too. I think I would go with Bo Nix also. If he, I'd make him the regime QB, no doubt about it. I don't think I would do anything else. I think that he'd be the one for sure to lead this team. This team is definitely gonna, other than Surtain, which is probably one of the best cornerbacks in the game. This team's a work in progress. All right. I don't know if it's going to be a work in progress for a long period of time. As long as he drafts right, long as he, builds right, he could build this team up. You know what I mean? Because he's got some pieces. Not a lot of speed, but he's got some pieces on this team, man. So this is going to be intriguing to see what Soden can do, with these Broncos, man. It definitely is going to be.
He said he's going to cut Zach Wilson day one.
I don't blame him. I don't blame him. I don't blame him not one bit. I don't blame him. Like he said, my boy. I don't blame him not one bit, man, for doing that. I really don't. I don't blame him at all for cutting him day one. I totally get it, man. So you guys look out. If you need a quarterback, man, you might have Zach Wilson there to get him. Scream, what's your take on this one?
I am with Bus on that. Zach Wilson is a bum. There's no way around that. But I think you have a buildable team around Cortland Sutton.
Yep.
It's not a lot of high points, but Cortland Sutton and Surtain are really good building blocks. You just got to build everything else.
Okay. Gotcha. All right. So we're at the Pitbull here. So we're coming down to the wire here. Pitbull with the 26th selection, and he takes the Rams at number 26. So Pitbull with the Los Angeles Rams. Interesting pick here, Doc. What's your take on this one?
He's probably a Rams fan, but I actually like the Rams with AD being there, but he's not going to be there for long. So
AD's gone.
AD's gone.
He retired.
Oh, well, I'm tripping.
He retired.
I'm so used to.
Yep.
I'm so used to him dominating, bro.
Yeah. No, I agree. I agree with you, man.
On the contrary, man, that's a terrible pick. But he's also
The switch is
another
crazy.
guy.
Scream, that switch was crazy, right? Yo,
But he's another.
that was a quick switch, bro. That was a quick switch, bro.
It's the Rams, man. Now they do got my boy from Florida State, Jared Verse. I think he's gonna be nice in the league, and I think he'll transfer to Madden pretty well too. But he's another guy from MSR. He's one of Russ's boys. I think all those guys are pretty good. But that's definitely a rebuild out the gate. You got to come with it. And most guys who take the Rams know a little something about Madden. So I think he'll come with it. I think he'll make it work.
We'll see, man. That's gonna be it. That's gonna be very, very interesting, man. Bus, what's your take on this selection, man? Here at 26.
Ooh, no Aaron Donald. I guess the best thing I can say about this team is I think they have all of their picks back now. You know, they went through that little transition where they were trading all their picks to try to build that all-pro team or whatever. But I think they're back. They're squared away. So I'll tell you what. If I was looking in the eyes of an actual Ram, I'm looking at this team like they don't have any horns or rams on their head. So I'm not scared of them at all. I wouldn't have picked this. I wouldn't have picked this team. No, at all. Like, you got Matthew Stafford there. I mean, they have some pieces on offense as far as like their receivers and stuff like that. But I just wouldn't have picked them, man. They're very young on the defensive side of the ball, so it's gonna be a team like, you know, it's almost like you're rebuilding. I think.
Hey, look, you know what? If you're gonna call it a rebuild, then shoot, give me a piece. Give me pieces like Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua. Give me those pieces. I'll take them all day long. If you're rebuilding a team, yeah, I'd take those pieces all day long. I don't think this is a bad team. I don't think they're the best team, obviously, but that's why they're here at the 26th pick. But they're definitely not the worst team. You know what I mean? The worst team is between the Raiders and the Pats. It's between the Raiders and the Pats, in my opinion. You guys might think otherwise. I think between the Raiders and the Pats are the worst teams.
I agree with that. I would give it to the Raiders. I like the fact that the Pacers got Dre May.
Yeah,
so they got a building point with the quarterback or whatever.
Yeah, agreed.
Raiders.
Yeah, agreed there.
The punter overall is better than the quarterback. So
yeah, agreed.
The Rams translate better in MEL because we play with no abilities. So Puka and Cooper, they really get separation in here. So everybody likes to look at the speed and say, "Oh, the Rams are slow," blah blah blah. But technically, these guys they execute very well. So the Rams are not just outright the worst team or nothing like that. But I just once again, I think there are better options. Unless he's a Rams fan, like everybody else has been saying, I'm a fan.
Right.
But I think he'll be okay with the Rams.
Okay. Scream, what's your take on this one?
Doc said it best for me. I think the defense is going to be the selling point. Jared Verse, Braden Fisk played together at Florida State. Both guys are back together as rookies. That's going to be a very big deal in real life and in Madden. And I think on offense, like you said, the separation that you're going to get from Kupp and Nacua is going to be great. But you do need to find a quarterback in this first draft.
Yeah.
No matter how it goes. Stetson Bennett is not the answer.
No.
And Stafford could retire after year one.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Agreed there at 26, no doubt. All right, so we're going to move on. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
He could back off for AWOL last year when AWOL got Stetson Bennett up to almost. Do you remember what his overall was, Doc?
No, it was something crazy, but like I said, AWOL's a really good passer, so I don't know. You got to be putting numbers up to do that.
Yeah, he got Stetson Bennett up there pretty good, but yeah, get the quarterback.
Okay. So, listen, number 27, newcomer. Guy that I selected here, the newcomer DJS. I think it's going to be somebody that could definitely make some noise. And full disclosure, I think I gave the cat out the bag earlier, and my bad on that for my big ass mouth. All right. So I do apologize, guys, for that. But I think I already did say what team he has already. So I do apologize again for that. I wet the bed on that. Okay. I just realized that when we got to the A Soden pick, I'm like, oh shit. I told everybody who he's got already. So my bad on that. I screwed up on that one. But if you don't remember, he did get the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at number 27. All right. Now I'm not letting the cow out the bag for nobody else, but I did already do that for DJS, and that's my bad on that. But nonetheless, Scream, what's your take on this selection here at number 27?
Antoine Winfield Jr. is the only reason I could think you would take this team. One of the best safeties in all of football. Good, better than his dad. Mike Evans is still a dog. You cannot sleep on Mike Evans. I don't care who you play for. Mike Evans is him. Mike Evans is disrespectfully good. And then you got Trenton Wirfs out there to protect your blind side. Yeah, the Buccaneers are a sleeper.
Yeah.
They are a sleeper, but this is a situation where the punter is not better than the quarterback. So it's perfectly fine.
Let's go.
Hey, I agree with you there. You know what I mean? He's got a lot of pieces here on this team that he could build with. DJS does know how to build teams. So he's going to be a tough one to get out, to deal with in this division. He's going to be very tough to deal with. I'm calling it out there right now. You know what I mean? And this will, we're going to talk about it shortly. But this guy, he is going to make noise with these Buccaneers. He's going to make noise with them. All right. Especially with a player like Mike Evans. He's going to make noise with him. I'm going to tell you guys that right now. All right. So we'll see what happens. But again, I think he's going to make a lot of noise with this team. I really do. I think he's going to make a lot of noise. You still got Vita there. I believe he still has is Jamel Dean still there as well? I believe Jamel Dean is still there, the corner. And then you talked about Antoine Winfield, one of the best free safeties in the game. So at the end of the day, he's got offense, he's got defense on this team. This is an even keel team. You know what I mean? And we didn't name all the players, but this is a even keel team, and I think he could definitely build this team up a little bit more and definitely put work in with this organization. But Doc, what's your take on this one?
Yeah, I heard you say it earlier that he's the newcomer of the year. He's your pick, and just from how active he's been, I could tell he's going to be a baller. I think he's going to be a frequent in the playoffs. And the Buccaneers, man, like Scream said, nobody's better than Mike Evans, man. I think on Madden, to me, and that's just me. But I think the NFC South is going to be the division to watch, man. That's probably my favorite division after watching everything shape out. I think the NFC South will be the most entertaining division. So I'm looking forward to it. I want to see what's going to happen with the Bucs and Diz and the Falcons. It's going to be crazy.
Yeah, it's going to be real crazy. Bus, what you think? What's your take on this one?
I like to pick, you know what I'm saying, and I think the division is going to be really well. But the only question I have is, why isn't Antoine Winfield Jr. an X Factor?
That's a great question.
Yeah,
All that
blows my mind.
That's a great question.
He should be.
Yeah, that's a great question, because they're giving X Factors to some guys that shouldn't be an X Factor, and then vice versa. And definitely Antoine Winfield should be an X Factor. There's no doubt.
He's superstar at least, so
But damn, if I'm not mistaken, he's like a 93 or 94 overall. He should be an X Factor.
Yeah. He's a 94 with Wirfs. They're both 94s. They're both superstars.
Wow. Yeah, no love there for him. But I mean, it is what it is, man. All you can do is get out there and earn that X Factor. That's if you have superstar power, superhero powers, but this league does not have that. But we're up to D Nice here at number 28, and the 28th selection looks like that is going to actually fill out the NFC North, as he will take the Vikings at number 28. And this is going to be interesting, Scream. Give us your take on this particular pick at number 28. This is going to be an interesting thing here with D-Nice, because D-Nice, he's pretty decent as well, too.
Jettas is elite. Jordan Addison is really good. Aaron Jones being the running back is very interesting, but I guess it depends on if he starts JJ McCarthy day one. And then on defense, rest in peace to the young man Kyrie Jackson. He won't be there. He passed in the car crash a couple weeks ago. But Dallas Turner is going to be a fun build for anybody. Dallas Turner, I'm shocked he didn't get picked by Atlanta. I still can't believe we picked Penix. But Dallas Turner is going to turn heads. And then I think they got Jonathan Grenard from the Texans too. So Vikings pass rush is going to be fun. Yeah. Very, very fun.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that pass rush. I like the addition to Aaron Jones, which he's staying in the division. I like that addition, to the running game, especially again. I said it to the cows come home once again. If the running game stays like how college is somewhat, Aaron Jones, putting Aaron Jones on this team is definitely going to help out the quarterback situation here. Jetta is just Jetta. He's just a problem, as he always has been. And a stout offensive line led by Darashaw. So this is not a bad team, man, to get at the 28th selection. It really isn't, Doc. What's your take on it?
I think it's a decent pick. D-Nice joined late, and he was pretty, I wouldn't say dominant, but he won a lot of games, with the Bengals last cycle, and he went to the playoffs. But he did have a lot of trouble stopping the run. And I think the Vikings is not the team to help you with that. So I kind of want to see how he's going to do on the defensive side. But as far as offense and everything like that, he kind of reminds me of Zay. Very heavy offense, not that good on defense. But I think the Vikings would be a good pick. And I think even going into the NFC North, he'd be a great addition to that conference. I think it's going to shape out pretty good.
Okay. Bus, what's your take on this one?
I like the pick. Vikings just late is a really solid pick. And you got Justin Jefferson, who's the X factor. I mean, he's gonna catch everything you throw to him. It's just like Scream said, who are you gonna have throwing the ball? Me, I'm going with the rook. I'm going with JJ McCarthy, man. From the jump. Sam Darnold will not see the field at all.
Okay. Well, we're up to Garrison here at the 29th pick. Okay. And this pick right here, this is going to intrigue me as well, because I didn't think they go this low either. All right. But the 29th selection, Garrison is going to take the Colts at number 29. I really, especially in the game of Madden, I did not think they were going to go this low. I just didn't. Damn. What's your take on this, Screen? This is crazy.
Yeah, Colts fall into bottom 4. That's interesting. You have a quarterback who, if he's not a mimic of Lamar Jackson, he's basically a clone. He really is a Lamar clone. Strong arm, fast. I don't know how the Colts fall here. Jonathan Taylor may not be as high as overall as he was in previous years, but he's still Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah.
The O-line's not as strong as it used to be. Quentin Nelson's still there, though. Yeah, this is shocking. This being the last team in the division is crazy.
That's wild to me. Doc, what's your take on this one?
I love it, man. I think if the Colts didn't have such a boring jersey selection, I probably took the Colts myself.
That is a bland ass jersey.
There we go with the drip again. There we go with the drip.
They black jerseys tough. That's it though.
Yeah, they got some black ones now.
True. But I love AR. I love the team that got built around them. I think the Colts is a great pick to get at 29. And I think, as far as pieces and everything like that, they're pretty much ready to compete. So that's a really good pick for them right there.
Yeah, I think that this is a team. If I'm not mistaken, if you're talking about abilities, there's no X factors at all on this team. I don't think anybody's an X factor. Although to me, Jonathan Taylor and Quentin Nelson, if they gave it to offensive linemen, they should definitely be up there as being possibly an X factor. But at the end of the day, like they don't have any X factors. I just looked it up actually. But this team, man, is just across the board, man. For the game of Madden, this is a great Madden team, and they're gonna definitely fend for this division. This is gonna be very interesting, man. It's just all about what Garrison does behind the sticks with this team, man. And if he could run the football, a 93 speed Jonathan Taylor, that is a great runner to have. To run the football with. So we'll see what he does here, man. He's going to have a stout offensive line as one of the best in the league. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what he could do with this team. No doubt about it. Bush, what's your take on this one?
Good pick here. I mean, I would have solely picked this team for JT and AR. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Those would be my two prize pieces. But I kind of like the defensive front with Buckner, and then you got Kwity Paye, and then you got the young guy from UCLA. I don't want to mess his name up. Latutu, whatever his name is. Y'all know what I'm talking about, right?
Latu. I think that's.
Yeah.
I think that's how you pronounce it. Yeah.
But he's gonna definitely have to get some corners because they're kind of aged and slow. Nice pick.
Yep. Solid pick.
Kenny Moore is a midget. You got a point there.
Yeah, definitely. So we're down to the final three, guys. We're down to the final three. Bello at the 30th selection. Okay. And again, this is another team. Although I know they lost some pieces, I don't think they should have been this low. But nonetheless, he's gonna ball. He might ball out with them. We'll see what happens. 30th pick. The Buffalo Bills go at number 30, led by obviously one of the best quarterbacks in Madden, in Josh Allen, with 99 throw power, if I'm not mistaken. And he also has, I think he has the only 99 injury as well too. So he doesn't get injured. So this is a guy that obviously you can do a lot with, and should be able to do work with him. But again, Scream, I'm gonna give it to you here to give us your thoughts on this particular pick. But all I could say before I give it to you is, again, I just look at everybody in this division as to how do you beat the Miami Dolphins with whatever defense you may have. That's my whole take on it. But what's your thoughts here, Scream?
My first thought, and this kind of goes back to the Colts pick, because I wanted to say this before we switched over. Anthony Richardson only had like 57 carrying. Josh Allen has 61. So for some reason, even when a quarterback is a runner at any point, they are having a lot lower carrying numbers coming into Madden 25. So I'm not going to say that's why the Bills fail, because the reason the Bills fell is Von Miller, without question. Von Miller is no longer a superstar player.
No.
At all. Like, he officially is no superstar, no nothing. He has 80 finesse, 76 power moves, and he's got that horrible contract hogging them down by a lot.
Yep.
So that hurt a lot.
Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I agree. Doc, what's your take on this Bills selection?
Man, the fall of the Bills has to be studied, man. It's like they're back at back to like when Josh Allen was before they got Diggs. It's like it's the Josh Allen show, and it's like they lost Jordan Poyer, Von Miller's regressed. It's kind of like, I don't know. You got to make a lot shake. If I'm Bello, it's pretty much the Josh Allen show, and so I can see them being down at the bottom three like that. That's
yeah, it's rough.
That's a bad situation, man. Bad situation.
Yeah. It's definitely rough, man. But what's your take on this, Bus?
Man, the Bills have went from being maybe a top 5 team on Madden to bottom 5.
Yeah.
I'd say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna be tough. I mean, like I said, he still got Josh Allen. He can probably get it done, but you're gonna have to build up your receivers, get some more defensive guys. Like I'm looking at Keon Coleman now, who I'm a big fan of in real life. But man, they only gave my man 87 speed.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you're gonna have to definitely get some pieces over here.
Yeah, and again, just going right back to the whole Miami Dolphins situation, man. You look at the corners here for the Bills. I think their fastest corner is Kyer Elam. I think they gave him like a 93 speed. I think Daquan Hardy's a 93 speed too. But the thing is, you're not going to start a Daquan Hardy over Rasul Douglas. You're not going to do that. You know what I mean? You know, you're not going to start him. You're not going to start him over a Teron Johnson. You're not going to start him over those guys, you know what I mean, unless you just want to get toasted off the bump all day dealing with the Dolphins. You know what I mean? This defense, and I'm just talking the defense here right now. I know I should be talking a little bit more about the offensive side of the ball, but you know, the losses that they've had with Stephon Diggs, losing Davis on this team, you lost Davis, which he was extremely stout on this team in Madden, and you lost him. There's just some big losses, and again, the reason why the downfall's real. The downfall's real here for the Bills, man. It's unfortunate, but can Bello do some work with Josh Allen? Absolutely. I mean, he's one of the better quarterbacks in Madden, so let's see what he could do, man. But it's going to be very interesting. I will not be surprised if he gets some trade offers for Josh Allen to see if he could get some different pieces. I would not be surprised. I would not be. If he can get some different pieces or some major draft picks or something, I would not be surprised if he didn't want to do it. But it just all that contract for Josh Allen, that's a big one to try to eat up. That'd be the problem. You don't want to eat that contract. You know what I mean? It's a pretty big contract. But nonetheless, the downfall of the Bills is real. The downfall of the Bills is no doubt real. So we're down to the final two teams, guys. We're down to the final two teams. All right. So we got the Commanders and Cardinals coming up. All right. And Beef has got beef in the NFC East. He's taking the Commanders. Which again, this is not that bad of a team either. Probably the lowest of the team in the division, but still not that bad. There's really not well, I can't say that. I can't say that. There are bad teams, but the Commanders are definitely not worse than the Raiders or the Patriots. You know what I mean? So getting them at 31, call that for Beef a blessing in disguise. Scream. What you think?
I'm shocked they went this low. I feel like the Commanders have a lot of potential and a lot of solid pieces on the offensive end. Having McDaniels with 90 speed, he's basically last year's Anthony Richardson. Mm-hmm. And then, you know, you got Scary Terry, who surprisingly is not an X factor. I don't know how. He does have superstar abilities though, so there's that. And then a guy that I like in Madden a lot because he's a jump ball, go get it kind of guy, De'Ami Brown. Dog in Madden. And then to cap that off on offense, you got Jahan Dotson. I like the Commanders as a pick. Shocked they went this low by far.
Okay. Doc, what's your take on this one?
Yeah, I gotta agree with Scream. I'm shocked that they dropped this far. I think it's a fun team. Jason Daniels, Jalen Daniels. I don't remember the kid's name, but he's gonna be a fun to play with, fun to start with. Now I don't see anything coming out of year one, but as far as the long-term pick, I think the Commanders are great, especially to get him at 31. So we're gonna see what he does with him.
Definitely. What you think, Bus?
Like Scream said, man, I'm surprised this team lasted this long. I would have picked them way before a lot of the teams that we've seen previously, but I like Jaden Daniels. Nice piece to start out with. You got your quarterback pretty much for the cycle. Then the defense is good. We talked about it earlier. Jeremy Channon's over there. Still got Deron Payne, Jonathan Allen.
Yeah, they got Bobby Wagner too. I don't think a lot of people talk about that. They got Wagner over there.
Yeah, so the defense is solid too. So yeah, great pick.
just at 31, that's an awesome pick.
Yeah. Yeah. He got blessed with this one. You know, in my opinion, he did he didn't have to do a job with this one pretty much, but Beef definitely, you know, got a great pick in this one with the Commanders, man, which leads P. Gangy with the 32nd pick. And it's the only team that's left, obviously, in this draft. And again, another team that should not have been the 32nd pick, in my opinion. But they are. P. Gangy's going to get the Cardinals to close out the NFC West. And Scream, what is your take on this non-selection here for P. Gangy?
I feel like this is kind of the obvious thing because the Cardinals don't have much outside of Kyler and Buda Baker. Like, they really don't have much. Marvin Harrison Jr. obviously is a welcome addition to this team. 94 speed receiver. Him and Michael Wilson should have fun. You need a running back. James Conner is not a long-term answer.
No.
And then defensively, like I said, outside of Buda Baker, I really don't know what the Cardinals have that stands out. I think Buda Baker is the highest rated Cardinal. So there's that.
Well, they do have, you know, one of your favorite players that you like to call out in commentary games, Sean Murphy Bunting. They do have him there.
They do have SMB, my guy.
Yeah, they do have do have him there. I don't think this is not the worst team, you know, to pick. But this is a good team with some pieces on there that they could definitely build. I just want to see. I really want to see where the game is going to be at with Pete Gangy and how he's going to be able to work out, you know, against teams like the Niners and like the Seahawks, playing them twice. It's gonna, you know, the Rams too. You know what I mean? Because to be honest with you, you know, the Rams ain't slouches. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, man, the Cardinals are probably, well, you know what? They probably are the bottom team in this division. But they got pieces, man. They got pieces that they could build with, man. I'm intrigued to see what P. Gang is gonna do here. Doc, what's your take on this one?
I agree with both of you guys, man. I think to get the Cardinals at 32 is actually that's a good look. I mean, it's a fun team to have. You got a phenom prospect at wide receiver in Marvin Harrison. You got Trey Benson from Florida State, one of the top graded running backs in you know, out of that class. They just have a lot of holes, and it's kind of like you're very top heavy as far as talent goes, and you got to make some things shake. But when you look at the NFC West, I mean, he's not in a terrible spot competition wise. I think he can compete. So it's really not a bad pick for 32.
Okay. And Bus, what you thinking about this one?
Yeah, great pick for 32, man. You have pieces here and there. You got Marvin Harrison. I think Scream said earlier they need to replace Connor, but I think they already have one on their roster with Trey Benson coming in at 76 overall, 93 speed. We got 95 carry, man, as a rookie. That's pretty.
Oh, that's insane.
Dog,
wait a minute.
Yeah, Benson's a dog, man.
So I like it. You know, we gotta add some pieces, but you got some solid players to build around.
Okay. Well, that's your draft, guys. That's your draft. The MEL is locked, loaded, and ready to go. These players are going to be geared up. I'm sure that this excitement is going to be palpable. Is that the word? I think that's the word.
Yeah.
I think so. I think so.
We can feel it. We can feel it.
Oh man, yeah. If I can spit it out my daggone mouth, man, it's crazy, man. But look, guys, the divisions are set. They're set, guys. So I'm gonna go around the room because we've been here long enough. I'm gonna go around the room here. We're gonna start in the AFC. We're gonna go AFC North. Okay, gotta do it. Gotta do it here first. And Doc, you are not allowed to answer. All right, we're not gonna let you answer here. Scream. Who you got in the AFC North year one?
Doc.
I got Doc as well in year one. And who do you have, Bus?
Doc.
All right. So Doc for year one in the AFC North. AFC East. AFC East. Bills, Dolphins, Jets, Patriots. I'm going Dolphins in this one with Rusty. That offense. If he doesn't win, I'm gonna be very upset. I'm going Dolphins year one. Scream, what's your take?
It's hard to go against the Dolphins. That's the thing. It's hard to go against them, so I'm with you. I gotta go Dolphins. Too much speed.
Doc, what's your take?
Just with the Dolphins, and it ain't close.
Okay. Bus, what's your take?
Hey, y'all, slide over a little bit. Dolphins.
Okay.
I am weak.
Oh, man. All right. AFC South. We got Garrison, Sauce Boy, Crusoe, and Bus. Bus, you cannot answer. Doc, who you got for the South?
Oh, that's a tough division, man. I'm gonna try to be brief. I'm gonna go Bus out the gate. That's gonna be a tough ass division.
Man, I'm
but Bus out the gate.
all right. Yeah, this division is gonna be tough. I'm gonna go Sauce Boy first year. I'm going Sauce Boy. Bus is gonna win divisions. Bus is gonna win divisions.
The only reason I didn't go Sauce Boy is because that college is out. He's a big college head, so he's gonna be kind of on that heavy, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, switching back and forth.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough to switch. Sauce Boy, if you're listening, it's gonna be tough to switch. I'll tell you that right now. And Scream, who you got?
Year one, I gotta go Bus. The most complete team in that division. Year one, and again, I like the Titans. I think Crusoe is a solid number 2 here, but until those tackles get built up, everybody is feasting on that Titans O-line in the early stages.
Okay. All right. So AFC West. Ace Soden and the Broncos, Donnie and the Chiefs, Kel Gotti and the Chargers, Risk Take and the Raiders. Doc, who you got in the AFC West year one?
Donnie, he too hungry, man. Donnie.
I got Donnie as well too. Bus, who you got?
Oh, Donnie, man.
All right, Scream. Are we making room on the chair for on the couch as well?
Yeah, I'm not going against Mahomes. I don't care who you are. You can't be that bad.
All right, so we all going Donnie in this division. All right. So now we're gonna talk conference real quick. All right. I know Doc's gonna say something. Doc, if it's not you, who's coming out the AFC?
If it ain't me,
I gotta say that to y'all because you pick yourself. So
if it ain't me, Donnie.
You going Donnie? Okay. Scream, who you got coming out in the AFC year one?
My heart says Doc. You're getting 3-time Super Bowl champion. He did it with 2 different teams in that conference. If I gotta pick a different person that's not him.
No. You don't have to pick a different person. Only he couldn't do that.
Pick a second though, just in case, because if Lamar get hurt, he ain't winning. Yeah, I would say Doc, or my second would probably be Bus.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna go first year. I'm gonna go Bus, coming out the wild card and getting into the Super Bowl. I'm going Bus, coming out the wild card. Bus is gonna make the playoffs.
For sure.
He's gonna make the playoffs. But I got him coming out. I got him coming out with that. And Bus, if it's not you, who you selecting?
Hey, do I get a 1A and a 1B?
Sure. Why not?
All right. So my 1A is probably gonna be Rusty and the Dolphins, just because all of that speed and that Dolphins playbook. I don't know if y'all ever seen it.
Yes, I
the
did.
Dolphins playbook
Oh my God. Oh my
Oh
God.
man, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Oh my
My
God.
1B is gonna be Doc, because Doc plays great defense
Yep.
and got Lamar and Derrick Henry, and that's gonna be special. So yeah, my 1A is
Gonna be
Rusty
tough.
with the Dolphins, and 1B is Doc with the Ravens.
Okay. Gotcha. All right. So NFC North now. Kakashi and the Bears, AD and the Lions, Swaggin and the Packers, D Nice and the Vikings. Scream. Who you got year one in the NFC North?
Swaggin.
I as well have Swaggin in the NFC North. Doc, who you got in the NFC North year one?
I gotta keep it real. I started off, telling like it is on my dog, but I got him coming year one, Kakashi. I
Okay.
got him taking that division, bro. I think Swag's gonna start slow.
Okay. And Bus, who you taking in NFC North?
And I can't pick the Packers regardless. I take the Packers. No offense, Wagon, but you my homie. I'm gonna go with Kakashi, man. I think this year he's really going, put it together,
Okay.
dissect the team, and yeah,
Okay.
go Bears.
Okay. All right. So go Bears in the NFC North. I'm still sticking with Swagger myself. So we'll keep it pushing. NFC East. Romo and the Cowboys. Flyboy and the Eagles. AWOL and the Giants. Beef and the Commanders. Who you got, Scream, in the NFC East?
It's hard to not say Flyboy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Flyboy.
All right. So you're going Flyboy. Damn, I'm really agreeing with Scream all the way across the board. I got to go Flyboy as well year one. I'm going Fly. I think it's going to be a slight edge over Romo. I think it's a slight edge over Romo. The NFC East, low key, might be closer than we think.
Yeah.
It might be closer than we think. It really might be. Doc, who you got in the NFC East?
I agree. I think it's close. I think AWOL is gonna sneak up.
I knew he was gonna pick
AWOL.
AWOL.
Take that.
Yeah, I knew he's
I
gonna
think
pick.
AWOL gonna take it.
Okay, so you're going AWOL and Bus. Who you got?
Okay. I want to say AWOL, but I think he's playing for a quarterback. So I'm not gonna say AWOL.
Great point.
If you know what I mean.
Yeah, great point.
I'm going Flyboy with the Eagles.
Okay.
Hey,
Okay.
Can I change my pick?
Yep, you could change it. You could change it because it makes sense what he's saying. It does. It makes sense what he's saying.
Yeah. No, I'm staying on it, man. I hope he don't tank. I hope not, because then we got other issues.
Okay.
But we're gonna go AWOL. We're gonna roll with that.
Okay.
We're gonna roll with that.
All right, NFC South. Diz and the Falcons, Zay and the Panthers, Sinister and the Saints, and DJS and the Bucks. So Scream, who you got?
Diz.
You going Diz and
And
the Falcons?
it's not because of the Falcons though. It's not because of the Falcons.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going DJS and the Bucks in the South. I'm going DJS year one. I think it's going to be multiple division winners here. I don't think DJS is going to run with the division every single year. But I think first year, I think DJS will win it. Doc, who you got?
I got Diz, man. He like that. I think they're gonna go back and forth, but Diz year one.
Okay. And who you got, Bus?
And I'm gonna go with the guy who gonna get the crowd pumping, man. DJS.
Okay. So we got two Falcons, two Bucks on that one. Okay.
Zero Panthers.
Zero Panthers?
Inaccuracies.
No Panthers at all.
Yeah, no inaccurates at all.
Hey, Zay might fight for his life all cycle. Looking at this.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough, man.
It's gonna be rough.
It's gonna be tough. And then finally, NFC West, we got Tonto and the Niners, P. Gangy and the Cards, Pitbull and the Rams, and Oogie and the Seahawks. Scream, who you got?
This is tough. I'm gonna go. These teams really all went like 22 and
Yo,
later. I'm
crazy.
gonna pick the Niners though.
Crazy.
I'm gonna go Niners.
Okay. You going Niners. I'm gonna go for Oogie with Tonto coming on there in a close second. I'm going Oogie and the Seahawks. Who you got, Doc?
Yeah, I gotta agree with Snypz. I think Oogie and the Seahawks, man, got a lot of firepower, a lot of shock value.
And Bus, who you got?
I'm just go off the limb. I'm by myself on this one. I'm gonna go with the Rams, man. I'm gonna go with the underdog.
You
I'm going
going
with the Rams.
Okay. So you're saying turn the underdog to a big dog, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pitbull. All right, so Pitbull with the Rams. Okay. All right, so now we got to go conference. Screams, who's coming out first year in this conference?
I'm going to say Swaggin is going to take the conference year one.
Swaggin year one. Okay. Doc, who you got?
The one, I'm gonna say Diz. Yeah, Diz. No wrong with that.
Okay. Bus, who you got?
Yeah, Fly Eagles fly. I'm going with Fly Boy.
Okay. You going Fly Boy. Conference? I'm gonna go DJS. I'm gonna ride with my dog.
That's your boy, huh?
I'm gonna ride with my dog. I'm gonna ride with DJ. I'm gonna ride with DJ, man. I'm gonna ride with DJ. You know what I mean? First year, there's gonna be some first year jitters, I think, with him. But when he gets to the playoffs, once he gets everything filled out, once he gets to the playoffs, I think he's gonna put in work in the playoffs. So, one more question for everybody before we get out of here. First year Super Bowl. Doc and Bus, you guys can answer. So, Doc, you go first. First year Super Bowl.
I gotta stay consistent with what I'm saying. I think it's gonna be me versus Diz year one, and I'm taking it.
Okay. Bus, what you thinking?
I ain't gonna never bet against myself. So I don't care who come out the NFC.
Okay.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna win. I ain't gonna never pick nobody else.
Okay.
It's me.
Okay. So I'm gonna let Scream go last on this one. I'm gonna go next. And I think it's gonna be obviously Bus and DJS. And I'm gonna take Bus to win the bowl year one. I'm taking Bus to win the bowl year one. I think DJS gonna make noise. But I think first year jitters will hit with the Super Bowl. And I think Bus will take it. I think Bus and the Texans will win the Super Bowl year one. So, Scream, what you thinking?
I think we get to see that rematch for Doc and Swaggin, and I think that Doc can get revenge with those Ravens over the Packers.
It won't be the Titans.
Yeah, the Titans are a different team. This ain't Malik Willis. This is Lamar Jackson.
That'll be a hell of a rematch, no doubt. Again, for those that just tuned in, Swaggin did beat Doc last year in season 10, beat him 30-10 in the Super Bowl. So that's gonna be interesting.
Hey, if that matchup does happen, I'm just gonna go out on. I don't see it being close.
Being close for Doc winning?
I think Doc winning. I don't see it being close.
Well,
I really don't.
Well, we understand why, right? You know, he hates the Packers.
I wasn't thinking about that. I'm just looking at that Ravens team. Like, I don't think the Packers really match up that well with the Ravens.
Right.
I think when you're looking at defensively, they can cover anything that the Packers have on the field.
Okay.
But can you account for Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry?
Yeah.
And the defense. That's the way I go.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
Okay. All right. So we made our selections, everybody. The draft is complete. We made our little division selections and everything else. Obviously, the game is not out yet, so we can't really say upon, who's doing what in Madden 25. Obviously, when the season starts, that's where we could really kind of, get into the books on each player here and determine who is going to do what in the first year and years beyond here in the MEL League. So let me say first and foremost to everybody out there, all the contestants, good luck to all you guys. This promises to, once again, as every year has been here with the MEL League, even more successful year as this league has continued to grow. And it's been great to commentate this league. Scream could probably attest to that as well too. I'll let him talk about that in just a moment. I love calling games for this league. It's been doing it for quite some time, and I'm going to enjoy it again this year with everything going on with all these newcomers here and everything else. It's going to be a lot of fun. I definitely cannot wait to get this thing started. Man, we start playing Madden Monday at 4 p.m. Eastern time officially. So I'm definitely looking forward to it. And Scream, did you have anything you wanted to say in regards to the commentator for the league and everything else?
Yeah, hopefully we get a specific day of the week for my calls, looking between Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday for sure.
Right.
And then also, I know we talked a little bit about the point system earlier in this stream.
Yes.
I'm very excited for that to come to MEL because my main league, AGS, does something similar to this with the activity system. So when Kakashi told me about this, I said, man, I can't wait to talk about this thing. Because in my stream, what I do, I have like a channel point. So for you guys that come to my commentary calls, you're going to click the channel points, the sensu beans, whatever people like to call them.
Yeah.
That way we know who actively came and watched the game when you click on that, instead of just being in the viewer list. I don't check the viewer list. So if you want participation for being at the stream, you click that button. That'll be great. I definitely think people will get more involved, especially being with the highlight reel, articles for your teams. Like, this is a great way. So people, I'm not saying people say this, but next year when this time comes around, and if Kakashi's not number one for the Bears, you guys now have a chance to see, oh, here's how I can get more points, especially now that the playoffs they weigh a little bit more on your activity. You see it right there. It says 25 points to win the division.
Yep.
50 if you get MVP. If you win the Super Bowl, you get 100 points. So the Super Bowl means more now. That to me is a very big W.
I mean, even the runner-ups getting 75 points. That's great. That's great. You know what I mean? You might have lost the bowl, yes, but you're still getting 75 points for making a bowl. You know what I mean? But for me, and I want both Bus and Doc to, kind of talk about this as well too. For me, the biggest thing that I like to see in this point system is the negative points. This is going to make sure that people don't play with infractions and people don't play with forced wins and losses. You know what I mean? Giving people easy wins and everything else. It's going to take a lot of points away from you guys. If you're earning these points, you don't want them taken away. So, and it's just, it's just two basic things that you got to worry about. But I like seeing that in this league, man. This is a great idea. Shout out to shout out to the AGS because they definitely had something like this implemented. I'm glad that the MEL team came through and got this implemented now as well. And this is a very welcomed addition to the MEL League. And I'm definitely looking forward to seeing all of the input that'll be going on, within the leagues. And then furthermore, and I'm going to talk a little bit to Kakashi about it also to see if he wants to do this as well. But we can see that we see the 20 point per highlight reel on there. If it's a solid highlight reel, it could be a highlight reel that either myself or Scream can put on our streams before we start our game of the week with you guys. You know what I'm saying? So adding something like that to the element may possibly be able to get you a couple more points. Maybe he'll add something else to that. You know what I'm saying? So, and it is so easy to create a highlight reel now. Nobody can say, I don't know how to make a highlight reel, when all you got to do is hit 1 or 2 buttons. You know what I mean? On your console. Okay, on your console. And then you could just send it to whoever you need to send it to. So it's not difficult to do, guys, to do those highlight reels. So again, if you don't know how to do it, let your commissioners know, and then they could walk you through it, or you could hit me up in the Discord. I'll walk you through it. Okay, I'll show you how to do it. It's very easy to do. It's not difficult at all to run a highlight reel. It really isn't. It's not difficult at all. So I just wanted to put my 2 cents out there with this, but this is a great job by you guys putting this point system together. So big up Scream for bringing this up, because I almost forgot with my old ass. Doc, what's your take on this point system, brother?
Oh man, everything Scream said, man. I think this is a great way to not only keep up with how we get to this point now with the rankings, but it just kind of gives a little, everybody wins. More activity, you guys get the points for it. That way you can get the team that you want, and it just kind of it feeds the whole ecosystem of how this thing should work, man. Because Kakashi put a lot of work into making this stuff run how it is. So it's one of the best leagues in the Madden community. So, it's only right.
Yeah.
So I'm glad he got a point system to kind of make it, make it physical. Like, so you can kind of see what's going on. So I like it.
Most def. And Bus, what's your take on the point system, brother?
I love it. I'm gonna point out 2 things. So y'all know when we get late in the season, man, and you got teams that's like out of the playoffs, and they be like, oh man, I ain't playing, get the fourth win. Well, go ahead and do that. You're gonna get minus 15 points.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
That's what I like. And another reason why I like the point system is this. You get what you give.
Yep.
Or did I say that right?
Yep.
Yeah. So that's how it is.
Yeah.
You put in, you're gonna get rewarded.
Yep. Agree 1000%. It says right on the bottom there too, man. Increase participation and get more league media going. The more you do, the better team you pick, and that's a possibility. We just talked about it a second ago with with Kakashi being able to take his Bears at number 1. You know what I mean? What if you have all that, all these different points, all these points, and then next thing you know, boom, now you could go and select the team you want to select. You can get the Ravens. You can get the Texans. You can get these particular teams that, that you're dying to have. You could get your favorite team. You know what I mean? And I will say this right now, if you ever take the Raiders or the Patriots at number 2 or 3, we might have to
help.
We might have to pull a Charlemagne the God and give you donkey of the day. We might have to do that. We might have to give you a donkey of the day. We might have to do that. Not those, not that high of a pick. You can't do that. No, can't do that. But nonetheless, even if you did do it, I could still give you donkey of the day. But if you prove me wrong, I'll be the donkey of the day. How about that? That works, right, Scream? That would probably work, right?
Yeah.
I mean, why not? May as well.
And don't say that's my favorite team, because that's been an excuse for the last 8 or 9 picks on this on the draft.
Hey, I mean, they might be legit. They might be legit reasons, though, man. You know what I mean?
Man, that's what the offline dynasty's for. You better run an offline.
Yes, sir.
Oh gosh, man. Oh gosh. Well, look, guys, man, that's gonna pretty much conclude it here for this one, man. This was a lot of fun, everybody, man. This was, you know, I think we started at 2, so we went a little over 3 hours on this bad boy. So again, big up to everybody that came through here and tuned into this thing, man. This was a excellent finish. Scream, as always, it is a pleasure to commentate and to stream stuff like this with you, man. It's always a lot of fun to have a football mind here. You know, all you guys have football minds. But you know, obviously it's, you know, with myself and Scream, you know, doing commentating together, and one of the reasons that, you know, that I'm in this game as well too is because of Scream. So again, big up to Scream. You know what I mean, for coming through here, man, and showing support as usual. And Doc, known Doc for years now as well too. Big up to Doc for coming through here also. Greatly appreciated.
Yes, sir.
Bus coming through here once again as well, man. Big up to Bus. I love the little comments, man, and him coming through with the drip comments and everything else, and you know, he picking the drip before the team. You know what I'm saying? He's picking the drip before the team. He said the drip is more important than anything else. That's what he stands by. And that's why I'm selecting him to be a bowl winner in season 1. So you better not prove me wrong, dog. Don't prove me wrong, man. Don't prove me wrong, man. Don't prove me wrong. Don't do me dirty like that. I'm gonna call you out on stream. I'm gonna call you out on the commentating.
I feel you.
All right. So look, with that being said, any last words, Scream, before we get out of here?
Nah, I'm just ready for Monday.
Oh, you're just ready to play Madden. You just want to play some Madden.
I plan on streaming. Oh, damn, I'm not even on camera. My bad. I'm coming back.
Oh no,
But
you
yeah,
good. You good.
I fully plan on streaming Monday, looking at all the franchise stuff, salary cap, coachabilities, just seeing what teams have what that will help or hurt their franchise ability.
Yeah, and that's gonna be important for you guys that are. You obviously, you guys got your team. That everybody here at the MEL has their teams, so they know who they got to practice with and everything else, which is great. But for you guys that are a part of this stream right now and see that how this works, you got to have an understanding on certain levels of what team you're gonna select and why you select them and this, that, and the third. So definitely tune in to stuff like this, man, because it's important, man. It really is. It'll definitely help you guys out with your game and all that. So definitely stay tuned for, for stuff like this. Doc, anything you want to say before you get out of here, brother?
Nah, man, appreciate you, boys. There's going to be a preseason tourney when the game drops. So be looking out for details on that. And yeah, man, looking forward to Monday.
Indeed. And what about you, Bus? Anything you want to say before you get on out of here, brother?
Hey, man, I just want to say I appreciate you guys having me, man. Great job, Snypz, Scream. Hey, Doc, you're my boy. Hey, to the league,
Yes,
man. Let's get active, man. Let's get active.
Yeah, it's definitely important.
Absolutely.
That's the best way to kind of get up off of this thing here, man, is to stay active here in the MEL. Everybody, make sure you maintain and stay active. And I'll say it one more time, stay active. It'll be beneficial for you guys. And man, with that being said, we are gonna get on out of here, everybody. Y'all take care, be blessed, and we will see you guys more than likely for week 1 once we get the league going and everything. So with that being said, we're out of here, guys. Take care, be blessed, and MEL, stand up. Your season 25 here for Madden 25, we should say, and season number 12 about to start up in a matter of weeks. We're out of here, guys.